Hello again. Welcome. Come one, come all to the Blitz with AZ and Fitz Week 15 edition. We have another great lineup, great schedule of games, a lot of topics to cover. I feels like I say that pretty much every week, but with the league being so top heavy and, let's be honest, a little bottom heavy as well, like every game with these matchups feels so consequential. I mean, that NFC bracket is just like... it's I don't know if I ever remember a bracket being quite like that, where you lose a game and you go from first to seventh seed. I mean, it is razor thin margin of error there. So the matchups are great, and we're getting to that point of the season now, late in the season, where everything is so consequential and you don't have many opportunities to make up for mistakes. So it's a lot of fun stuff to cover. The NFL this year has been so much fun, and I'm sure these last few weeks will be as well. AZ, do you have any general thoughts on how this year's been going and how the brackets are shaking out?
Yeah, I mean it's very competitive from both conferences. I feel like, I mean the season's flying by. It's kind of crazy. We're almost near the end, and Colts are the Colts, and it's been like a slow suffering these last couple of weeks. Man, I just hope we win one more game. At least while we're live on the show, I would like to come in one day and be
Just
something to
one more
celebrate.
game. You know what that reminds me of? I don't know if
What?
it might have been a little bit before your time, but you should know this. Playoffs? What you talking about,
Yeah,
playoffs?
Demora.
I just hope we can win a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I if we could win one, I mean, it'd be great if we made the playoffs. It'd be ironic because Philip Rivers I think it was the last quarterback to take us to the playoffs. For him to come back out of retirement 5 years later and take us back to the playoffs, circle of life. But
Yeah.
I just want to win one game at least. I want to have a cigar on stream. But
Yeah. Oh man. I hope you guys win a game too. Just for the Rivers story.
I'm sure you're really hoping for us to win this next game against the
Oh,
49ers. Yeah.
absolutely. I really wanted you to win this week though. That would have been huge. I think the 49ers would have been nice, but the Seahawks.
Imagine if we would have won both
Uh,
games. Ooh.
I mean, even just this one would have been
Nice. For
uh,
you, I mean, it would have been. I mean, like I said, you were probably cheering harder than me this past Sunday.
well, it's not just for me, the purposes of the Rams. I think all NFL fans were kind of keeping their eye on that game because of
They're
the
all known
Phillip
for
Rivers.
Rivers. Yeah, we're all cheering for old man Rivers, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's about time we get rolling on the topics then. For our first game up, we had Bills versus Patriots that we wanted to cover. Now, it just feels a little bit like a classic Josh Allen Cape, super Josh kind of game. But he had a little help. He had a little help to me. He had help from, what's their running back's name?
Cook.
James Cook.
I don't
Am I
remember.
saying it?
Cook. You talking about the Bills running back, right? Cook.
Yeah, Bills running back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He balled out.
Yeah,
I
he
have his
did.
name at the tip of my tongue. I'm so bad
His
with
last name
names.
is Cook. I can't remember his first name, but I know it's Cook.
Like something James Cook or something like that. Yeah, balled out. It really helped
Yep.
the Bills come back into this game. But, man, I was a little disappointed in the Patriots and how they performed in the second half. You had this right in the bread basket. Like, you had it. You were lock up the division. It was a hat and T-shirt kind of game, and you let it slip through your fingers, man. What'd you make of it?
Hey man, Josh Allen. He proved once again why he should be considered MVP. He put on that cape, and he did have some help from his sidekick Cook. But if you think about it, the Patriots, they had two big runs to go for touchdowns with Stevenson. If they didn't have those two big runs, I don't think this game would have been that close, honestly. Like, they were kind of front running a little bit. The Patriots, I don't know, they got lackadaisical, or whatever the case might be, or Josh Allen's just that good. But I know you had your doubts with the Patriots. I think some of us did. They had like kind of like an easy schedule. Like, the only impressive ones they had was against the Bills, and the Bills kind of got their lick back with this game. But man, Josh Allen, bro, he's fun to watch. He's so dynamic. He can beat you on the ground. He can beat you through the air. He's so hard to cover in that aspect. But yeah, you got to give it to the Bills, man. They didn't give up. I thought they were going to give up. Honestly, I was like, oh man. I hated
I
seeing my
thought they
guy.
were out of this game too, man.
Yeah, I was like seeing Josh Allen his head down on the sideline. I was like, come on, Allen, keep your head up, King. But now he put on that cape that second half, and they scored nonstop. They scored like every drive. It felt like after that 21,
Yeah,
after
pretty
going down
much.
21.
Yeah, just about every drive of consequence, of
Yeah.
meaning.
And Drake May looked a little off too in that second half. He was missing some throws, and yeah, that's what I mean, man. This young team gonna make young mistakes, and that's why I say it's the Bills Super Bowl to win, at least in the AFC. I
It's
know,
funny because at halftime, you know how they interview the coaches before they go into halftime, what they need to do in order to
right?
secure a
Yeah,
win or come back in the game, get back in it. And Mike Vrabel's like, he goes into halftime, I think it was like 24-7. He's like, look, we know this team's not going away. We got to play a four-quarter game. Well, I like the cushion that we built, but we gotta stay ahead of things here. We know what they're capable of. And it's like, did your team not get the message? Like, I know you're not out there like just phoning it in per se, but
right.
like Drake May, one of the criticisms of him is, yeah, he looks great on the box score, but often what the box score leaves off is sort of high leverage situations and sacks. You know what I mean? A
Right.
little bit fumbles. Like fumbles aren't taken into account in passer rating either, but that's not really a factor here. Is really like getting in these bad down and like third and long. One of them was a 3rd and 25 where he just heaved it up and threw an interception. It was an arm punt, pretty much. And then he took a couple of sacks, and lo and behold, you're in third and unmanageable, and the Bills are just score. So like, you got to find a way to keep yourself in this. Like, you got to figure it out. Taking sacks in big moments against big opponents like that, just dirt. Sometimes that's what frustrates me. Just dirt the ball. Like, if you're in good position, live to play another down. Just dirt the ball. Throw it at a receiver's feet. You know who's so good at that is Tom Brady. Tom Brady would throw the dirt ball, and not too many quarterbacks of his era did. I think they're starting to learn to do that a little bit better. But it was one thing in football I always wondered why more quarterbacks didn't do, where like they get pressure around them and kind of turtle up and just take the sack. It's like, no, screw that. Just throw it at somebody's feet real quick. Always have like a check down or an outlet where you could throw it at their feet.
No one knows checkdowns better than Brady, so we know.
Yeah. He's no Peyton Manning, I guess.
Yeah, he ain't. But I mean, Drake May's a young quarterback, man. He's gonna probably learn a lot from this game, and that's what I mean when I said like last episode, or a couple episodes ago, where I'm not sold on the young teams because they're young. They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna learn from them. This is not their year. This is why I have the Bills as favorites in the AFC. Is just because they're the more experienced team. The Patriots. They're gonna go to the playoffs this year, and it's Drake May's first playoffs. He's gonna get playoff football under his belt, but he's probably. If he somehow goes on a miraculous run into the Super Bowl, wins a Super Bowl, or whatever the case might be, then yeah, props to them. But how likely is that to happen? I don't like those chances for the Patriots because they're a well coached team, but they're a young team, and you got to you got to fall down on your face. Look, Mahomes had probably the greatest year as a first year starter the quarterback ever had, and he made it to the championship game, and he lost to who? Brady, the guy who has the most experience in the playoffs. So I think that's what's going to happen.
That was back when the overtime rules were different, though. I would have loved to see that game with the new overtime rule, honestly.
But yeah, that's why I'm like, well, my favorite is in the Bills just because they have that experience. They've been in the playoffs. They've been to the championship game. Allen's been in a lot of playoff games with Mahomes. He's really battle tested. Well, the Patriots, the Broncos, they're young teams. So yeah, this was just more like the Bills kind of reassuring my confidence in them. And Josh Allen proving why he should be favorite to be a MVP candidate.
Right,
I know everyone's got Stafford.
Let's put a pin in that MVP conversation for a second, because I did hear something this week.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned, I was like, you know what? That is such a great point. When it comes to like teams like the Patriots and the Broncos and the Bears, you say, okay, hold on. Put the brakes, let's pump the brakes. It's not your turn yet. You're not battle tested enough. You needed this year to build experience so that you can make a run maybe next year and future years, you need to build that experience. But honestly, that could end up being a little bit of a fallacy. And I heard somebody bring up this point essentially that like you cannot bank on future years. when you're having a season like the Broncos and the Patriots are, like, no, you need to be focused on this is our year. Because you don't know if you look at Washington, you know, look at what Detroit, you know, remember when Dan Campbell came out of that post game press conference against the 49ers after the NFC Championship game? He's like, I told the guys, you're not guaranteed to get back here. I know you feel like we're riding high, you know, we're playing well. We got a lot of talent on this football team, and we may be able to make another run at this thing, but we are not guaranteed this opportunity ever again. So, like, really, this was the year, man. You can't bet on getting back here. So, for those young teams, yeah, you said they're building towards something. The more experienced teams obviously have an advantage because they're more battle-tested. They've been there before. But, I mean, man, if you're one of these young teams, don't hesitate, man. Like, don't think you're owed another 11, 12-win season, whatever you end up as. You know, no one owes you that. You could easily become Washington. You know,
I mean, what's going on in Washington is, yeah, it's kind of tragic. Consider where they were last year to where they are this year, like not even making the playoffs at all, probably like a top 5 pick and drafting team. But hey, at the same time, when there's that guy Superman out there in Buffalo, he's gonna come down and put in that work, carry his team to the W, and that's what he's doing. I mean, it's hard to say that he's not an MVP candidate, man. He's up there with Stafford and total. I mean, he might not have as many passing touchdowns, but if you combine his rushing touchdowns with his passing touchdowns, they're like neck and neck.
I agree with that. I agree with that if you combine the touchdowns. But, and this is a little bit off topic. I didn't have it listed, but maybe we do need to have a little bit of a conversation about this MVP because it is seeming Drake May
kind of fell off a little bit.
Falling out of the discussion a little bit. I never took him as a serious threat to Stafford, honestly. I thought there might be some, regression to the mean a little bit. But Josh Allen is a serious threat. And he is playing really well, especially in games where he puts that cape on. No question about that. You can make an honest argument, and I see where you're coming from and where anyone would come from if they say Josh Allen is the most valuable player. Because if you switch places with Stafford and Josh Allen, my God. My God.
Hot takes. Damn it.
Yeah. I got ahead of you on that. We'll come back to that, the trading places. But I will say, for me personally, and I know you don't agree. I already know you don't. For me personally, I still favor the way Stafford plays. And if he gets that number 1 seed, I think he will win MVP, regardless of what Josh Allen, how good he looks, how valuable he is to his football team.
I mean, he's old one. He's been in the league for like 100 years. I mean, they're going to give it to him based on seniority and his time in. And he's closer to the end than the beginning. So, I mean, it's kind of basically on the platter for Stafford to just go ahead and take that MVP. But I know Allen's going to put up a good fight to make sure that he makes a case for himself. And, I mean, this is going to be an every year thing for Allen. So he get it win MVP.
Yeah, he can win multiple.
Yeah, he's got – I'd say he's probably got like 2 more before his career ends.
So you're saying Ty goes to the old guy who still hasn't won it?
Yeah.
But what about the conversation of how I value passing touchdowns more highly? You just think they're running and passing is all equal, basically, in your head.
I mean, a touchdown is a touchdown, right? So I would say if your team needs a score, it don't matter. If I'm a receiver, I don't care who cares about winning, not just my stats, of course, not A.J. Brown. But if I'm a receiver who just wants to win, or a coach or a lineman or whatever the case might be, and my quarterback takes off and scrambles for a 2-yard touchdown run and we win the game, I'm not going to care how we score as long as we win and we score. So I think, especially now with this modern era of quarterbacks, I mean, they're kind of expected to be dual threats pretty much now. So at first it was kind of a rare anomaly, a quarterback just being a scrambler and getting a bunch of touchdowns. Because he's already broken the record, I think, for the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in career history, which kind of says a lot. He hasn't been in the league that long to already have that record of where the NFL is kind of heading towards. But, I mean, yeah, to me, a touchdown is a touchdown, whether you get it in the air. Now that I'm kind of seeing how these quarterbacks are, to me, they both hold the same value, whether it's a passing or rushing touchdown. If the quarterback scores, he's a scoring machine like Allen, you gotta give him props. You gotta give him props. I know you're kind of old school, and your time you'll soon see the light of where we're going, and you either gotta catch up or get left behind.
Look, here's my argument.
Yeah.
To me, sometimes it feels like with this new age of quarterbacks, they run and develop that running skill because they can't play quarterback as well. Stafford's a better passer. He drops back and he reads the field.
I mean, I've seen Allen throw some dimes now. Let's not.
He can throw some dimes. It's not like he
deep cover in a tight window.
I've seen it before too, but Stafford does. The degree of difficulty is higher. He needs to be mentally more sharp, quicker processing everything. It's probably why it's taken him so long to play this well. Not also because his team is so good, but to me, Josh Allen goes running back mode often. Just like a lot like Mahomes, he works through a couple reads and he's like, all right, let's go. It's like, oh, man. Stafford's degree of difficulty a little higher. He has to go to his passing ability. Like, that's good quarterback play, development of your passing skill set. And I want to talk a little bit about maybe the development of quarterbacks and what it looks like. Even Tom Brady has criticized how quarterbacks are being developed.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with that. Like, we want to see people develop into passers that eventually look like Matt Stafford, how he's looking this year. That's how a quarterback should be to me. And Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, when they get old and lose a step, what are they going to look like? Nobody knows. I mean, they could look like Aaron Rodgers when they get old enough. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out, but I definitely kind of value the passing ability a little bit higher. And when you're able to play that well from the pocket, it's so impressive to me. But we can work that in maybe a little bit later. There's more, I think, to be said on this subject. But I do want to move on to our next game. We've been kind of rambling on. Next up, we have Chargers versus Chiefs.
This one hurt, man. I'm not a Chiefs fan, but this one hurt. I think the whole league's hurting right now.
Okay, you're not a Chiefs fan, yeah. Like, no one believes
but we're all, yeah, but we're all mourning right now. So y'all go ahead, get it started.
Really, to me, the Chargers, I know they won a couple of big games. But when I watch them, I generally get the sense that they might be leaking oil. But the Chiefs just aren't good. You know, Patrick played most of this game. The Chiefs are just not that good this year. And the injury is just salt on the wound, man. That is twisting the knife. Like, brutal. And who knows if he'll even be back for the start of next season. It could take him some little time, yeah. And will it slow him? Will he lose a step in his mobility? That's a question you might want to ask. Because when Brady went down, man, it's so crazy how closely their careers mirror each other in some sense. You know, they both had their three Super Bowl wins, and then both go down with leg injuries. Both coming off like all-time great. Like, is this the all-time greatest team? Both asking those kinds of questions, and then boom, leg injury. It's so weird, man. It's uncanny. But yeah, the Chargers to me were leaking oil. The Chiefs may not have won that game anyway. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But man, Chiefs fans have to feel like really disheartened. Like, that was the one thing. Like, I don't know. At least we're gonna come out of this with our stars healthy. And now they come out of this game and their stars are not healthy. And, man, that has to burn. That sucks. And I never root for stars to get hurt. It sucks. It sucks in a season when especially big star quarterbacks get hurt. It feels like a fake mulligan season for that team. You always wonder what if. And right. I hate leaving lingering questions of what if. When it comes to especially injuries. You know, if a player drops a pass, it's like one thing. You know, like, oh, they could have won that game if they didn't drop this pass and this pass. Well, okay, that's football. Players drop passes, fumbles happen, stuff like that. But an injury that affects the course and dictates the course and flow of an entire year into next year, oh my God, it's so painful to see. But yeah, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs. They still, even when Mahomes was in there, they did look a little off still. They were still kind of struggling. there's some fouls I felt like the Chiefs didn't get called for, which they always get the calls, right? That's what people think, that the refs have their back and the NFL wants to see them win. But there's some calls that, they weren't called. But the Chargers defense was really gritty. They kept getting after Mahomes, putting pressure on them. And they're just a very physical team, the Chargers on defense at least. I know Herbert, he's kind of still playing with one hand. His hand's kind of still bothering him. And I mean, I can't say this win gives me a lot of confidence in the Chargers per se. Like
What do you make of them?
They're so hard to figure out, man, because Herbert, he's just like, he's such a like calm guy that like I feel like he don't have that dog, that killer instinct in him, where he's just like he just shuts out, or I don't know, man. He's just he's just too calm for my liking. I feel like you gotta have like some passion in you. He just doesn't seem like he has that passion. He just seems like afloat, aloof almost.
Like, how do you compare him to, say, somebody like Trevor Lawrence?
Lawrence,
are they both kind of the same?
They're both kind of. I feel like Lawrence has a little bit more passion. I think Lawrence has a little bit more passion, but they both. I mean, as far as physical abilities, they're both kind of. They're both like the prototype quarterbacks that scouts drool over. That they're tall, they got the strong arm, they're a physical specimen. But I think Trevor Lawrence has a little bit more, I guess, dog in him than Justin Herbert.
With Justin Herbert's like ability, his physical ability, you would expect him to be more like a young Matthew Stafford, maybe even like how he was in Detroit, where a little bit of a gunslinger, taking a lot of chances, just slinging the ball around. His team wasn't very good, so he had to be real mobile in the pocket, always scared of getting hit. His receivers would drop a lot of passes, offensive line would collapse often immediately. He was real skittish, but you'd expect to see something more like that. But man, he just sometimes just like seems, I don't know, kind of reserved and risk averse.
Yeah.
And
I mean, his coach, John, is it John or Jim Harbaugh? I don't know. One of the Harbaughs, damn it. But the coach has to always get him hyped up there. Jim, is it Jim? Mm-hmm. He always has to like be slapping his shoulder pads to get him ready for the game. Like, dude, if you gotta do that for your quarterback, you kind of have a problem. Like, you gotta be like, you see Brady running out the field, so let's fucking go. Mahomes, he's doing his
little jump.
Yeah. Hey man, you're gonna miss that next year. But yeah, man, Herbert, he just needs to have that dog in him, or maybe it'll get awoken in him. Like maybe in this playoff runs, he'll see, I'm him, I'm that guy. Maybe he'll get that confidence that he's more than capable of, winning the chip. Because he is more than capable. He has the talent, he has the physical ability to do so. He has the team, he has the coach to carry him to the chip, but he's really got to step it up. I feel like, I mean, he's doing pretty well this year, better than I expected, honestly. But
I mean, the team is, you look at their record and you're like, oh, dude, the Chargers. But then you watch them play right now and it's like, ooh. To me, like you said, they're very hard to figure out. Like the classic saying we've been talking about. We talked about it last podcast, where it's like the season begins at Thanksgiving. That's when you really start to figure teams out. Well, when I make my tier list or whatnot and rank the teams, the Chargers are now becoming, I think, the hardest for me to place.
Figure it out.
Yeah, the Eagles are kind of with them. Hard to place the Eagles. But the Chargers are probably the hardest, I think, on the entire list.
Yeah. And it's funny because they literally just beat the Eagles and the Chiefs. So they beat the defending conference champions, but, I mean, both of those teams are struggling right now. But, I mean, with that being said, I mean, the win is overshadowed by Mahomes' injury. That's what the whole league was talking about. Mahomes is out for the season. It sucks to see. I know they weren't going to make the playoffs even if Mahomes stayed and they lost. That eliminates him from the playoffs anyways. But now he's going to miss who knows how much of next season. But he might come back with a vengeance. He might be getting ready to start that second dynasty in Kansas City. I think they definitely need to get an O-line, revamp the O-line, the offensive line, because you got to keep the quarterback.
Yeah, that's been a huge problem. He just seems to be getting pressured every drive. Oh, my God. Philly just completely overwhelmed them when they played last week. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I
So
thought, man, is Philly's D-line this good? No, I'm kind of starting to think it was the Chargers O-line that was
no, I'm
that
talking about the
bad.
Chiefs
Oh,
O-line.
I'm sorry. I thought you were
The,
still talking about
no,
Chargers.
the Chiefs O-line is just as bad. I think they're like in their third backups of backups now, and they're just putting whatever they can out there to just have an offensive line. But yeah, the Chiefs need to revamp the O-line. So maybe now that they've missed the playoffs, they'll get a pretty decent pick in the draft. They could, draft up some offensive linemen or a receiver that Mahomes has like basically what is he at? Juju, Rasheed Rice, but Rasheed Rice, I don't feel like he's like a solid number one option.
It's interesting you're talking about
Hollywood
this,
Brown.
about how the Chiefs should move forward in the future. I do have a hot take incoming, so stay tuned for that. Kind of about the Chiefs situation.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how it is kind of parallel to Brady's career. Ninth season, they both get hurt. Brady gets hurt to the Chiefs, ironically, and Mahomes is the Chiefs, and they both had 3 Super Bowls. So if the NFL is not scripted, then the Chiefs would make another, dynasty run, right? But if it is scripted, then we might see Mahomes get 4 more chips, and he might retire with 7, just like Brady.
God, this scripted thing starting to annoy me because now we're getting allegations.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Patrick Mahomes injury is so disheartening. Obviously, hate to see it. It's just these kind of injuries as they mount up. I mean, Burrow went down, Lamar went down, Patrick went down. God, if Josh Allen went down in these final weeks, I would just, oh my God, the AFC would be like an entire mulligan.
Yeah, that would really suck, honestly. That would be devastating.
Horrible.
The AFC.
Horrible.
It would basically be the Rams show, and I don't think no one wants to see that.
Well, the NFC bracket's still tough,
Yeah.
It would be whoever makes it out of the NFC is like almost a coronation or
I
something.
mean, I forget how Rodgers is kind of still in the league. I mean, barely in the league, but he balled out a little bit yesterday.
Yeah,
but
he played well. Played well enough. God, who'd they play again?
yesterday they played the Dolphins.
Dolphins, that's right. Yeah. Dolphins are like not. They're like not a serious franchise. I don't know. It is, they've been playing a little bit better lately, but
yesterday was a
not
shit
one of
show,
those
but-
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the box score and Tua, it's like okay, Tua, like okay, but no,
you watch the
man.
actual game, yeah, they're just garbage time stats.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully no more injuries happen to these big star quarterbacks because that's what we watch the game for, man. It's a star-driven league. It's a quarterback-driven league. There's a reason why when Brady got hurt, they had to rewrite the rules for him to make sure that never happens again. And
honestly, it's for the best. I know that people like to make jokes, but it is for the best. Like, put a fucking flag on the quarterback, for Christ's sakes. I don't even care.
yeah,
Keep them in the game.
two-hand touch for quarterbacks only.
Yeah,
Everyone else can get
if they're inside the pocket, yeah, it's two-hand touch.
two-hand touch.
No, you can't literally make a two-hand touch because obviously
Kind of is already in quarterback.
yeah, but it would destroy their escapability if you literally just had to touch them.
Yeah.
It would really favor Matt Stafford's play style. Maybe we should go to two-hand touch.
No, we should not.
On the other hand, but yeah, such an unfortunate circumstance for the league.
We'll miss you, Mahomes.
And for football fans, I know you will. So we're gonna turn the page here. Next game, Lions versus Rams. My boys.
You got a couple of days to celebrate before you guys get back on the gridiron. So go
Yes,
ahead, man.
we do.
Both
Yes, we do.
Both pull out.
I
the
do.
cigars.
Look, I did not bring
on the
out the
stage.
cigar. I did not bring out the sunglasses. I'm not gonna
That's
make
the
any
humility for
clips
us.
of
That's
me.
the humility for us.
I'm not gonna make any clips, chilling back, kicking it with some cool music. No, we're not doing that because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was totally secure with myself in this game.
Oh, you sure weren't. Every 5 minutes, we're gonna lose this game. Yeah, they got it. You were up like 10 points. Yeah, we're gonna find a way to lose this game. I feel it. We're gonna lose this game. It was like what? At one point, they were up like double digits. Like, yeah, we're gonna fuck this up. We're gonna throw a pick. They're gonna score, and then we're gonna just fall apart. I already could tell. I'm like, dude, I was like, I think I have more faith in the Rams. I'm not even going for them for reals. But you're just so pessimistic or whatever the damn word is. Clearly, I can't really speak English that well, but you were just so negative, Nancy, and I'm over here like, yeah, you guys got this, bro. Like, it's in the
I get
bag.
scared. Yeah, honestly, you don't even want to know what it's like watching these games with me. I'm almost tempted to like stream a playoff game or something because I just did not like I can't stream the game, but like just how my reaction. Like it's tempting to do that just for the spectacle of it because it is a stressful experience. It's not necessarily fun for other people.
Yeah.
I'm sweating my ass off after the game. I stink because I'm sweating like I'm on the field. I'm pacing back and forth. You know, I'm punching shit. It's not pleasant. I feel like I'm part of the team. It's very, very, very strange relationship with the Rams. Maybe not totally healthy, but when seasons are going this well, you want to keep that. You know?
Like I said, I'm concerned if you guys can get the Super Bowl and you lose, I might have to put a wellness check on you and make sure you're all right. Because I would hate to come on next stream and just be the AZ show and no fits to be found.
You'll find me in a coffin, in a hearse. No, but I did not have total faith in the way this game was going. Going into halftime, we had 30 seconds left to drive the ball and get something out of it. I was like, yo, we're going to go into halftime down 10 against the Lions. This is not okay. Then we went boom, 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 field goal before halftime, cut the margin down to 7. I was like, okay. The Rams have historically been pretty good at halftime adjustments. It's only seldomly do we let a team adjust better than we do. And usually when that happens, it's because we have such a big lead. We get, like, Sean McVay sucks with taking his foot off the gas sometimes early. I hate that. But we go in down 7 and come out, and to their credit, they adjusted really well, especially on defense. And offensively, I think we have it's crazy because other Rams teams that never felt this way. Like we have just sort of an arrogance that like, okay, we're going to score 40. If you make us like, if you're scoring 2, we're just going to score 40 and you're going to have to keep up. It's like, man, this is crazy. And we do not stop spinning that ball, man. And the run game is there, complementary. It's so dynamic. God, this offense is just so dynamic. Pick your poison. And Puka, I'm sorry, to me, he's the best receiver in football. I know JSN's having a historically great season and all that. I know there are a couple of other guys you could point to, like, man, look at their skill sets, look at their build, look at their stature, and the way they can play and what they could do for their football team. I don't think there's any receiver in football that does for their football team what Puka can do for the Rams. And I told you last week, Amon-Ra reminds me a little bit of a Puka's more like a rich man's.
Put some respect on Amon-Ra, man. He balled out. He did the best he could with what he had, and he had 2 touchdowns. He did his thing. He proved that he's a top 5 receiver. He's a top 5 receiver. You can't call him poor man's Puka. He is if Puka's a 1A, he's a 1B.
He had a great game, but Puka showed why he's the GOAT. Man.
That was a good win. That was a good win. I'll give you guys this. It showed me a lot because you guys faced some adversity this game. You were down. You guys weren't playing from like a 20-point lead. You know, you guys showed a lot of heart because this was a tough team. The Lions, you know, their playoffs are on the lines pretty much every game now, so they're playing with everything they got. They did the best they could, and I mean, you had Jared Goff, like you said. If you give him a couple seconds in the pocket, he's gonna carve you up. He was kind of doing that. He was serving up the ball well, throwing it well. But I think for me, it kind of showed me that you guys are the real deal. I mean,
this might be our signature win on the season.
This is probably the best one you guys had, just because you guys were in a shootout with a tough team, and you guys still overcame. And I know Adams going down kind of sucks. It's gonna make it a little bit harder for you guys. I think Adams, he's a little older. He should probably rest his upcoming. I know it's a really big game, but he probably should rest because it's a short week. You guys play on Thursday night.
I kind of agree with that. Man, it is a big game. It almost be a big game. If one of those things where it's like technically he could go. Maybe we dress him for the game, but he sits down unless it gets a little tough. If we start rolling, don't play him. Maybe it could be one of those situations, but I'm leaning towards sit him. This is why the 1 seed is so important. It gives you an opportunity to rest players like him. A little bit older. and could definitely use some time off to get right heading into the playoffs, which we now clinched. I'm glad you brought up that Jared Goff thing because he had a lot of time, especially in the first half. It didn't even feel like we threatened him with any pressure at all. It felt like he had 5 seconds back there, and I'm thinking, man, like, you know, I thought our defensive line was supposed to be good. Like, right. We don't have quite a Myles Garrett, but we have these young upstarts that are starting to build into, you know, brand names in the NFL. Byron Young, and we have Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner, Poona Ford. We have some guys on paper. Like, so what is going on, bro? Like, what's happening? What happened? And I was starting to have some concern about that because we saw what happened with Tampa Bay. I mean, God, they got overwhelmed. Arizona, pretty much, once in the second half when we started bull rushing, they got overwhelmed. And we did play a little bit better in the pass rush in the second half. But when I reflected on the game, I was like, what happened? And then I thought about it, and it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. It was like a moment of clarity. And I said, wait a minute. Did Jahmyr Gibbs even play in this game? What happened? I don't even really remember his name being called. What did he do? And I look at the box score, and it's like, oh, my God. Under 3 yards per carry. David Montgomery wasn't a huge factor either. So basically what the defensive line seems like Coach Shula, the defensive coordinator, told him to do, we're taking away their run. Yeah. Because if you take away their run and put them in 3rd and longs, we might be able to get some stops, and they won't get 4th down opportunities like they ordinarily used to. How many 4th downs do you really, really remember the Lions going for in this game? It felt like we went for more than they did.
Yeah, it was a little out of character for the Lions on their 4th downs in this game, but you guys did stop the run. You basically say Jared Goff got to beat us.
You have to beat us, yeah.
Yeah, Jared Goff got to beat us.
And he played well, but he couldn't.
He played well, but yeah, it was a.
But you can't outduel Stafford.
Of order, it's going against Stafford, against that Rams team. It's a tall order, but he tried his best. Credit to him, but
he had a good game. He did.
He had a good game. He didn't. He played well.
Like, he played well enough to beat almost anyone else.
Yeah, I was going to say Jared Goff has really grown on me these last couple of years because I always thought he was kind of like a Justin Herbert in a way, like how we kind of just talked about Justin Herbert. Like to me, he just seemed like kind of like neutral, like not motivated. But now that he's, I don't know if it's Dan Campbell effect, but he seems to have that dog in him now, like where he's not afraid of the big life.
I never thought of him quite like a
Justin
like
Herbert.
aloof, like I don't care.
Kind of
I like
goofy,
yeah.
airheaded.
I of course I watch him very closely as a Ram, and I seen him with the Lions because they were exciting the past couple of years, an exciting team to keep your eye on. I've always thought Jared Goff had a little more, fire, like he had a fire under his ass a little bit, especially after that first year in Detroit. He was like,
yeah, after he got traded, it just kind of like maybe it hit a switch, like all right, I just got traded, I was a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
And I just got traded. And now I had to prove to everyone and myself that I am that guy. And I think Dan Campbell really reignited that fire in him. And he's been playing really well since. He's earned my I guess respect if he even cares to have that. But, I was wrong about him.
I've always liked Jared Goff. I've always thought people are a little bit too hard on him.
Too hard on him.
Yeah,
because I always thought he was kind of like he's kind of a mid quarterback, but now he's
like
really,
he's
really
there,
good.
but yeah,
like
you can win with him, but like, are you gonna win the whole thing with him? And that's still something that needs to be answered. Can you win the whole thing? I don't know, but he's gotten close a couple of times in his career. I think it's possible. It's possible you could, given how battle tested he is. I remember, man, his first year in Detroit, and then Dan Campbell called him out. We need more from everybody, especially we need more from our quarterback too. I think he said something along those lines, and Jared Goff, to his credit, kind of elevated. He's like, man, I'm gonna play my way out of this league if I don't
turn it around,
get this shit together. Yeah. Like he's right. I do need to play better, and to his credit, he did.
Yep.
And they built sort of a winning team, and in Detroit. And it's crazy how that trade, in retrospect, has worked out for both teams. I think they traded who'd they turn those picks into? Like Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, and like their other receiver, Jameson Williams, or
I'm not sure off the top of my head who they got from the picks.
it might have been Amon-Ra. Like those picks were insane. What they turned him into.
Yeah, but it won't pay off until they win the Super Bowl too. Because the Rams, they got the ultimate prize. They got that Super Bowl from the trades. So the Lions have to kind of, if they wanted to make it like a trade that worked out for both, the Lions have to also win the Super Bowl just to make it an equal value from both the trades.
See, to me, it's like elevating Detroit from the perpetual basement of being the mocking, the team you always mock in the league, the punchline of every joke. Like, right. That's huge. Just on that alone, it's huge, and it did kind of work out for them in that sense. But, I mean, if the Rams go on to win the Super Bowl this year, they're clear winners, But it did work out in a sense for the Lions, nevertheless. But, this was a difficult matchup for the Rams. I mean, because the Lions, in points per game over the course of the year, I think they might have been like number one. The Rams may, over the next few weeks, take that over. But, the Lions are a threat offensively. So you're going to have to outduel them. I don't care how good your defense is. In any given game, you may have to get into a shootout with them. And that's just what it is. So, probably the Rams' signature win on the season, and I was all over the place with this one. Man, I was on an emotional roller coaster, but so happy to get this win, and we got to be locked in for Thursday.
Yeah, it's a tough game. It's basically
for the division, for the 1 seed, for everything, all the marbles.
Imagine you guys lose, and then you fall out the playoffs because you end up like as an 8 seed or something.
Oh, we clinched. Ooh. We clinched.
You clinched? Okay.
Yeah. This game against Detroit, we clinched the playoffs. However, honestly, I got to say, being the 5th seed this year doesn't feel so bad for whoever gets it. It might be Seattle or San Fran, whoever won, or it could be us. For whoever gets that 5 seed, they get to play the NFC South. So it's looking like it could honestly be the Bucs, and I just don't know about them.
Yeah, they need to kind of figure things out. They're starting to get healthy, but yeah, they need to figure things out. But man, now you bring the 49ers, they're right there too, and I feel like I haven't been sleeping on them, but I feel like a lot of the people are so focused on the Rams Seahawks that they don't see the 49ers right there, right behind them.
I have no idea why. They've been crushing people lately.
They have.
Not only that, but like this might be Shanahan's like best coaching job. Yeah. Like insane, dude. They're only 1 game behind the Rams and Seahawks.
Like, based on what he's had to work with, you could, because they've been banged up. Yeah. Purdy was out. He coached basically Mac Jones's career back. Resurrected it pretty much.
And they're playing their best football, it seems like, right now. That's why I always have them so high in the tier list. Why would you why would you overlook them? God. Like, have you not learned your lesson about how many times they've made the Super Bowl? They're NFC royalty. Every year it's like either is it going to be, the Rams, is it going to be San Francisco, or is it going to be Philly? That's what it feels like over the past decade. Outside of the one Tampa Bay Super Bowl run with Tom. Those are the 3. So I don't know why you would underestimate them. It's crazy to me. But we talked a lot about Rams Lions, so I suppose it's fair that
time to move on.
Keep it pushing. Next up, we had Packers versus Broncos. Now, this is an interesting one. I do appreciate a little bit the Broncos taking care of business, but it was kind of like one of those games where it's like, all right, are one of these two teams going to get exposed? Are we on fraud alert here? I don't know totally if either team got exposed as a fraudulent team, because the Packers did have Micah go down.
Yeah, and it was a close game. I mean, it's not like the Broncos blew out the Packers or vice versa. It was a battle. It was a tough battle for both teams. Bo Nix balled out though. I mean,
oh man,
4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a clean game. he basically had to because you know how we've been on the Broncos starting slow. Like it's always like it seems like they're playing the fourth quarter comeback like every game. And for me, this was like a game like all right, I think it was for both of us. Like this is a game where we can see how far along the Broncos have come.
It kind of
And
like their signature win in a sense.
yeah, in a sense, this is like their signature win because the Packers, you know, they've been playing pretty well this year. I know we're kind of up and down with Love, and Love did struggle. He did throw 2 interceptions.
But people love their defense.
Yeah, their defense was pretty good, but that Broncos defense was really good, man. They were putting a lot of pressure on Love. It seems like every time he dropped back, he had to like scramble out just to avoid getting sacked right away.
Yeah. So well, I'm just saying it's crazy though that Bo Nix cooked like he did against a defense we consider to be among kind of the elite.
Yeah, I know. With that being said, I mean with Bo Nix, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's kind of like this. Like it's not your time yet. Kind of. That's how I'm adamant and feeling that way. Where like it's not your time yet. Like,
but they did go to the playoffs last year. They just were one and done. But
yeah,
maybe that was their year to learn. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, they got the defense is legit. They got the defense. They could, you know, with their offense is not terrible. It's very complimentary. Their offense where it could kind of like muster up enough to win the game. I mean, this week they showed a lot to me, and come playoff time, like if they face a Josh Allen, I'm sure their defense could probably hold up. I mean, we've seen Allen struggle with the Texans, and they're a really good defense. So maybe they can follow that same formula and maybe keep Allen in the pocket and make them get beat by Allen by just throwing the ball instead of scrambling out and doing backyard plays or taking off for a run. But their defense is really legit. That defensive line is legit. Patrick Surtain in the backfield, he's a really great corner. He had a pick. I mean, credit to the Packers for trying to fight. And, you know, it sucks that Michael went down because now that kind of puts their season.
Yeah, it puts a dark cloud over their prospects for the Super Bowl.
It kind of puts a hole in their season. Like, all right, well, and they were Super Bowl favorites, and now they're kind of back to where they were last year. Like, they're a good team, but not good enough to make it all the way to the big game.
And you have one loss against a really good opponent, even from an opponent in the other conference, and you still go down from 2 to, I don't know, what is it, 7? Did they go down from 2 to 7 seed?
I have to check the seeding, but
because the Bears with their loss, it's insane in the NFC. It's God, I'm so happy we clinched.
Yeah, it's tough.
It was nerve-wracking. It really is, man.
And I think Watson should be back. He got injured again when Patrick Surtain intercepted the ball. He like landed on his chest or ribs or whatever. And he went down. It just seems like that Watson, he's good, but like I always see him getting hurt. So it just seems like he's always getting banged up like every game. And from when I do see him play, he's like a really good threat. He's a really good receiver. He's a big threat down the field. He's fast, but he just can't stay healthy. And I think the Packers are really going to need him. And because they already lost their tight end, the Packers. So if they can't keep Watson, it's going to be really, really hard for them to even do anything in the playoffs. But yeah, Broncos, they showed me a little. I'll give the nudge to the Broncos now over the Patriots. I still think the Bills are favorite for me, in my opinion, to come out the AFC, just because.
So you put the Bills, above everyone in the AFC in terms of your personal ranking.
Yeah, it just seems like this is their destiny, man. Like it's do or die. It's like now or never.
The path is wide open for them now.
Mahomes is out. Bengals is out. Burrows. I mean, well, yeah.
Superman's kryptonite is not in the playoff picture. Yeah,
they're both out. So this is like literally the writing on the wall, like on a silver spoon. Like go ahead and it'll be tough to win the Super Bowl because the Rams are really good. But if they make it, anything's possible, of course. But
if they make it, I expect it to be. Do you remember last year, the Rams versus Bills? I know it's kind of an arbitrary game to remember.
No, I don't.
It was a shootout. It was a great game. Yeah, it was like 44-42 final, and it was fun.
I don't remember. No, what week was it?
It was late in the season. It was a big game for the Rams because we were going on a late season push. Not sure if we were going to be able to make the playoffs, and that was kind of our signature win down the stretch. And we got a win against them. 44-42 is a great game. Man, that might have been the first time that Stafford scored 40 burger as a Ram.
Oh, the Rams. Yeah, I'm sure he scored 40 points before. Not I. Shit, the season last year felt like so long ago.
I know, it's
The
crazy.
fact that you
dude.
remember that game, that's how I know you're a diehard Rams fan. I don't
Oh, I
know.
remember like all the
There's
games,
not much.
dude.
The only thing I remember from the Colts last year is AR tapping his helmet, that he was tired, and then just losing a bunch of games. And then like having a bunch of games where he's like 2 of 18 passing and like 50 yards, and I'm like, dude, this guy is not it. But other than that, it's kind of like a blur for me, man. It's just like loss, pain, go numb, blur it out.
Well, when you miss the playoffs, you don't
There's not much to remember.
on.
There's not very fond memories to remember from last year for me as a
Yeah.
Colts fan. But
there's no reason to hyperfixate on any individual game
I do remember
or
the
play.
Chiefs going like 10-0, 11-0.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You do remember that. You do remember that part.
I do remember that.
You don't
part,
remember
yeah.
shit about what your Colts did, but you surely remember what the Chiefs did that year, huh? I see.
Yes, sir. Not Chiefs fan, though.
Yeah, okay.
Hat. That's Colts.
Yeah, it's a Colts logo. You know,
Underneath?
I do have a Colts helmet, but beneath your thing on our new overlay, I think I'm going to switch that out. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, don't do that.
It don't make no
and
damn
I'm going to have to get a new
sense.
hat. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll never switch. I told you to switch to the shoe.
This hoodie's got the logo a little low. I got to...
That's an old logo.
Yeah, I know. But it shows... I like it because it shows... I've been a fan
Longevity?
for... I've been a fan
Longevity?
for Hellas, dude. Hellas. I've been these hoodies go back Hellas. But yeah. Great win for the Broncos, man. This is like their signature win. They finally showed like, hey,
They're for real.
yeah, we got a
Really
defense and we got a little bit of fire to
Yeah.
go along with it. A little bit of
Who do they got next? I'll be interested to see because they gotta lose one game. They're not gonna just finish 15. I mean, if they finish 15-2, then they're gonna probably like.
they have the Jags. Ooh, that's actually like not
That's gonna be
a bad
good game.
matchup.
That's gonna be a good game.
It is, yeah. Jaguars are heating the hell up, man.
6-game win streak right now, something like that.
I know you don't like them, but I think they're good.
The Jaguars are good. They're good. They kind of like I said, Trevor Lawrence. He had what 5 touchdowns last game he played.
Oh my God, yeah, he lit it up.
Balled out. Yeah, so.
Do you think this is his come out year? Where he finally cracked the code?
He's made the playoffs before. He's won a playoff game. I gotta see him go at least to the championship game.
Because we really haven't talked much about a Jaguars game since we started the pod.
It's not much. I mean, what do you want to talk about, man? Fabio and his luscious hair and Duval.
I mean, you just said they were playing well. You just hate him because you're a Colts fan.
They're playing well. I mean, we were playing well at one point, and reality.
Then we started the podcast.
Yeah, then the podcast started, and everything went to shit.
Yeah,
it's all good, man. We're gonna be all right. You just win one more game, but yeah, they're playing well. It's just, I mean, we gotta see this game. I guess this game we can talk about them because that is a big game.
Yeah, we have to. We have to.
Jaguars, that's gonna be a big game because for the Jaguars, that's the division. For the Broncos, it's just another prove it game that they're legit. They beat another good team, so yeah, we'll definitely have to probably slot them in for the Colts next week. But it's all right, man. It's all right. It's Colts. Like I said, we're not gonna torture the fans with the Colts too much, but
there's only a few like really interesting matchups next week, unfortunately.
We got the Colts, 49ers.
The Colts, 49ers, we're definitely covering that. I'll be interested in Jags, Broncos. I'm interested. We may need to make mention of Bucks, Panthers just because of the significance of that division.
Yeah, that's pretty much the division right there.
Yeah, and then Packers and Bears, obviously huge. Rams, Seahawks.
I feel like they just played like last week.
Yeah, the way these schedules happen, so dumb.
Yeah, and what was the other one? Seahawks, Rams.
Well, yeah, Seahawks, Rams is that Thursday. Of course, we're going to talk about that, and then the fringe game I'm not so sure about would be Chargers, Cowboys. I mean, it is the Cowboys. A lot of people love the Cowboys. Plus,
America's
Chargers
team.
are they're I think they're leaking oil, so they are kind of an interesting topic. So,
the Cowboys, they're out of the playoffs pretty much. So, I think they'll still play hard. I think they're going to still play hard. I don't think they're going to just, wrap it up and just call it a season. I think they're give the Chargers a good fight just for dignity. And
the Cowboys are like box score darlings, though. They're not a good football team to me. They're like box score darlings.
They were doing. I thought they were a good football team the last couple of weeks.
Well, they're for like 2 weeks. People are like, "Oh, the Cowboys," and then it's like oh, the Cowboys.
We were one of those people. Let's not act like we didn't give them kind of some props. Like, yeah, they figured it out. Their defense has gone better since the trades made by Jerry Jones. He turned it around. They're about to win the. They were about to win the division because the Eagles were looking like.
We should have listened to common sense. Okay, we really should have listened to our brains instead of our hearts.
We were hypnotized by the
stars. Yeah. That star, the star on the side of their helmet. Yeah, it's hypnotizing. I mean, we should have known. The Cowboys always find a way to disappoint you and let you down.
They just have the talent on paper. At least offensively, you would think. CeeDee Lamb, Pickens balling now, and Dak Prescott playing well.
Yeah,
they were just.
But again, they're one of those teams that when the rubber hits the road in high leverage situations, they always find a way to disappoint. Even if they're darlings on the box score, you're like, oh my God, their offense is like top 3. Yeah, who cares? They don't play well when they need it. When they gotta have it, they're a garbage time team, really. That's what it feels like, at least. But yeah, not too much more to say about Pack Broncos. Micah going down sucks. You hate to see it. Really puts a dark cloud over their playoff hopes. Trying to get out of the NFC bracket with so many strong teams, and the Broncos, really inspiring performance by them. Did not see it coming. Bo Nix throwing 4 tutties, no picks, having kind of his breakout game, his signature win, as well as the Broncos on the season. So starting to have some more faith in them. I'm starting to look at that team and say they could come out of the AFC. With a defense like that, they could beat Josh Allen. It's certainly a possibility.
It is.
And when they meet, if they do, Broncos and Bills in the playoffs, I think a lot of people are going to feel like that's a coin flipper.
It's gonna be a tough matchup. I feel like it's gonna have to be another Allen Superman effort like he had against the Patriots, pretty much. Like,
but does he have enough in the tank to overcome that defense?
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking. Like, does he have enough? Is he gonna because I'm sure that's got to be tiring. Like, just doing everything for your team, where you got to run and throw the ball and basically carry the whole team. I feel like that's what worries me a little bit about the Bills, that Allen might just be too tired come playoff time, where he's just gassed out from doing everything for the team. And
that defense is good, man. They inflict their will on you, man.
So we'll see. Allen, I mean, if Allen beats the Broncos, and I'm guessing if they do play each other, it's probably going to be in the championship game. So if he beats the Broncos, that's going to be a big win for him to get to the Super Bowl. It'll probably make it. I'm not saying that's going to be harder than the Rams, playing the Rams, but it'll be a very comparable kind of test, you could say. But
I think the Rams challenge you in ways that are much different from the Bills.
Than the Broncos, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
From the Bills' perspective.
Yeah.
Speaking from the Bills' perspective, yeah. Yeah, the Rams are more like offensive firepower, and the Broncos are more like defensive firepower. So it might be another shootout, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, all three really, you could say, challenge you indifferently.
Yeah.
With the Bills, it's about containing Superman, limiting his ability to do super things.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Bills, it's the challenge of overcoming that defense. And, of course, with the Rams, it's like, how do you – okay, we have to deal with this, we have to deal with that, we have to deal with that, we have to deal with that. How do you, what do we do? What do we choose to stop? What do we take away? Because if we take away something, similar to the way the Lions tried to take away the screen game, they threw that one screen, it went very badly. Even if Aiden Hutchinson didn't intercept it and almost pick six it, that screenplay didn't look good. Sean McVay saw it once and was like, no more screens. So they kind of took away something from our repertoire, our playbook, and it didn't really matter. What do you take away? It's hard to say. They tried to pass rush Stafford, and they did well, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough.
Right.
So they all present different challenges to one another, and just because let's say the Broncos take on the Bills and they beat them, that doesn't necessarily translate over to beating the Rams. Because it's a new, unique challenge, a different kind of matchup, totally. And their offenses are both good, but good in different ways. But yeah, let's turn the page. We're gonna go last major game coverage here. We got Colts versus Seahawks.
Whew. Hey man, we did the best we could. We tried to help the Rams out. We fell a little short.
Yeah.
It was not an emotional game, but it was like kind of like crazy to see Phillip Rivers just playing football again. Like he's
A little bit emotional, I guess.
it was nostalgic in a way. Even though he wasn't a Colts for that long, he was only with us for that one season in Colts.
But he liked you guys well enough to come back. He
liked
identifies with that franchise well enough to say, yeah, I want to ride with you guys again.
Yeah, ride with us. He didn't look that bad, honestly, for like that couple days of practice. And I mean, there was one play where he like slipped and then like got up all slow, and he just looked like an old man, just like trying to like get his balance back up. But other than that, he still has that awkward. He always had that weird like side throw.
He does.
It's like so goofy looking, but it works. And I mean, he threw for a touchdown. He had that. Before the end of the game, he didn't have no picks until the end.
That was just
desperate.
You have to throw one up and hope for the best. So
hope for the best. But other than that, man, it was a tough game. The Seahawks are, as much as I give shit to Sam Darnold, he did enough to win the game, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think this is
field goals.
I don't think this game absolves Sam Darnold of anything.
Yeah, their offense has been a little bit of a decline. I feel like this last couple of weeks.
Do you think people are starting to figure their offense out? JSN's still 8 though, so it's weird. He was still productive.
Yeah, I mean he's going to eat. But can the other receivers eat?
And another thing, like Cooper Kupp had a few catches in this game, but I don't think Cooper Kupp is going to threaten anyone like he did in 21. I think that Cooper Kupp you're never getting that. Nowhere close.
Them injuries set him behind. And
one injury, it was like that one injury was the straw that broke the camel's back, and he has not even been close. It's like he lost a couple years.
Yeah, and you're not going to get any younger. So he pretty much hit his ceiling, but he got the most out of it. He got a Super Bowl MVP out of it and a ring.
Probably the greatest single-season receivers ever had, honestly. I know he didn't break Calvin's record, but when
his touchdown record,
when you account for including playoffs, he had the most complete season.
But other than that, man, I mean, I like that we didn't like just lay down and just get beat up by the Seahawks. We showed fight.
You guys wanted to win this game.
Yeah, it looked like we had some like will. Like last week, it looked like we just kind of like once Daniel Jones went down, it kind of looked like the team just kind of like were like fuck
folded.
Yeah, like we just
or maybe the Jags are just decent.
Hey, relax. Relax. No, it was more like just our quarterback went down, tragic loss, season's over. Now, this game, we look like, season's not over. We got old man Rivers back. He's experienced. And we looked like we had a lot of fight left in us. And we kept fighting to the end. I thought maybe we were going to win. And once we hit that field goal, I know there's only like 40 seconds left. I'm like, well, Sam Darnold is probably going to crumble under pressure, throw a pick or something. But no, he didn't. And we lost by a field goal. And it sucks, but I'm actually a little more optimistic now with Rivers back. I'll say that.
I mean, he needs another week of practice. My God, coming in there, you have no sort of like rhythm with the receivers. You basically need a whole nother full second to react to stuff because you don't know exactly when guys are going to make their breaks or turn around to look for the ball. You're reacting to everything in real time. You have no ability to anticipate anything. It's just so you can't really judge Rivers' performance in the next few weeks or whatever based on this. This is just way too short a notice.
It is, but from what I saw is like if once he gets kind of the rhythm, it just sucks that the season's almost over. So
I know.
Like either he'll figure it out. He needs to figure it out right away so we can like make a run and not miss the playoffs.
I hope you guys make it with him.
Dude, that'd be
That's so entertaining.
Crazy. Old man Rivers in the playoffs.
I almost like it better if you guys made it with him than you guys making it with Daniel. Not that he's better than Daniel Jones necessarily, but just because the story is amazing.
That would be cool.
The storyline is, if he won this game, oh my God, you want to talk about the stories they'd tell? It would be up there. You remember Baker coming over to the Rams with only 2 days?
The Rams game against the Raiders.
Yeah. This would be right there with that, if not even crazier.
You talking about if we beat the 49ers or if we go to the
If you
playoffs?
would have beaten the Seahawks, I mean.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That would have been insane. And it still will be crazy if he beats the Niners.
Better than Rams, though, because, first of all, we got an old man at quarterback. And I know Baker had, 2 days of practice. I mean, it's kind of similar. But the fact that this guy hasn't played football, and, you could tell he hasn't done anything because he got that dad bod, hardcore dad bod. And
looks like he's been falling asleep in the sun, hanging out outside. Yeah, man.
He's he has seconds when it comes to dinner. But the fact that he went from basically signing practice squad, elevated to pretty much starter in 48 hours, just shows you how desperate we were. I mean,
I would feel a little bit insulted though, if I was that rookie.
Yeah,
that quarterback.
He showed enough last week that we needed somebody else to fill in, but
but you can't judge too much off that. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, it's because we're basically on the fringe of playoffs.
I know. I get it from your perspective, but on the other hand, it's like if you were that kid, you'd be like, man, fuck, man,
suck. Yeah, but I mean, dude, it's a cutthroat league, and
that's like what the hell I'm here for, you know.
You're here to hold my water, but I mean, it's because if now let's say we weren't close to making the playoffs, we were 1-7 or 1-8.
Obviously, you start the rookie.
You start the rookie and just say, "Fuck it, we're just gonna do your best out there, champ, and get us that top 3 pick." But other than that, we still have a little bit of a shot to do something here. That's why we're so desperate to bring in a 45 or how old is he? 44, 40, mid 40-year-old quarterback who hasn't played football in 5 years. Surprisingly, they didn't call Cam Newton. Because Cam did mention why didn't you guys call me? Because he is younger, but the way
familiarity, that's the reason.
Familiarity and the way Cam's style is, he plays real physical football, and he's been really banged up in the past from his play style where he's lost a lot of steps.
I don't trust Cam to make a Super Bowl run. I'm sorry, Cam. You're better in the media than you are as a football player now.
He is very entertaining, so I will agree. The thing we did mention when we were talking about the game while we were watching it is, where's JT at, man? I thought he was. Remember, at one point when we started the show, when everything was sunny skies and green grass, he was my MVP favorite, right? He's kind of disappeared these last couple of weeks.
And you needed him so bad in this.
I did.
The Seahawks have a great defense. That's the thing. They have such a great defense. And he did manage to, over 3.5 a carry. It's not horrible.
It was 25 carries for 87 yards, no touchdowns. So I was hoping he was when he
needed a home run.
Yeah, I would say when the game's close, I thought this is because I figured we keep just getting field goals and not scoring that we're gonna lose this game, which lo and behold we did. But I just figured all right, man, JT is gonna just bust it wide open. He's gonna break free for the home run, and that's gonna basically seal the game for us because Seahawks ain't scoring on us either. And it just never happened, bro. And I was damn, man.
25 attempts in this game. They really tried hard to get him that home run. They really ran him a lot. Gave him a lot of opportunities, and his longest rush was 11 yards. Yeah, you needed more production out of him if you want to beat the Seahawks, I think, with Old Man Rivers, Grandpa Rivers in there. Seahawks defense, we know they're good. When you look at the Rams games as of recently, they're the one team defensively that have really limited the Rams' production. We'll see what happens Thursday. The Thursday game concerns me a little bit. I hate that a game of this magnitude is being played on a Thursday. I really do.
You guys play on Thursday? L.A. or Seattle?
We play in Seattle.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
And loud. Oh, that's going to be a good game.
It is.
It's time we get a Thursday night football game because they usually kind of suck. I ain't going to lie. But
who?
Thursday night football games.
Yeah, but this matchup's huge.
This is actually a good game.
Huge.
Thursday night.
And it's almost so big that I shit, man. Why couldn't have something else? But why couldn't have been Lions Rams instead of this is rough. To come off that performance against the Lions and then have to turn around and go play a defense like the Seahawks, like we're gonna have no preparation time on offense, and it's just like hand-picked game for us to lose, and it would suck so badly if we did.
Already starting with the negative Nancy talk, man. You're gonna be all right. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys win by at least 10 points.
Oh my God, dude.
If you guys, I won't be surprised. I don't know, man. Sam Darnold, primetime game.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
A couple gimmies or oopsies passes from Sam Darnold where he's gonna give you the ball,
a little bit of deer in headlights.
Deer in headlights.
You don't think he's gonna have remotely as bad of a game though this time as he did last time, do you?
Not
4 picks.
Not 4 picks. Maybe 2. Maybe I'll say he throws at least 2 interceptions this primetime game.
You think he takes any like a lot of big sacks or anything?
I could see like 1 big sack.
The Seahawks, because I look at this Colts game, man, and I really did want to make mention of it. I think the thing that the Rams really have to, that really goes their way in this game is that the Seahawks really are not that good of a rushing team.
No, they're more of a pass heavy team.
But they often rely on Sam to get them out of a lot of third and long situations, and their third down conversion rate against the Colts was horrible. It was like 2 for 13 or 16 or something. They got like 2 third down conversions. That's crazy. That's why they kicked so many field goals.
Yeah, it was a hard. If you weren't a hardcore fan of either team, it was a hard game to watch because it was just field goal Galanza out there, and
still fun to watch Rivers though.
It was fun to just watch Rivers just be out there and make you feel kind of old. I mean, that guy he came in the league in 2004 with Eli Manning and Big Ben. Yeah. And dang, that's 21 years ago.
Eli Manning, Big Ben, been long gone too.
Yeah, they left right when they basically all left at the same time in 2020. I think Eli 2019. I could be wrong,
I always forget that. It might be 2019.
And Big Ben I think left because remember that this year I think the 2020 was when they went like 10-0, 11-0, and then they got beat by the Browns first playoff game. They were a one and done team. I think Big Ben came back for 1 more year, but he was just like way up.
Past way past.
Like that arm kind of was shot at his last year.
Yeah, his last couple were pretty underwhelming if I remember right.
Yeah, I mean it was nice just to see someone that you grew up watching.
Yeah,
play football.
It's nostalgic, man. It was a trip, especially being so old, coming there only 2 days of practice time or whatever it was. Yeah, you just couldn't help but be curious of how this was gonna go.
It went better than I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was gonna be like kind of like what Roger's been looking like this year, like where it just looks like really, really bad. Like dang, like you used to be really good. What happened, man? Like all their time, but he actually did well for his circumstances, and
he managed the game. He really just needed that JT breakaway kind of deal. Like he's not going to be throwing it all. You knew Rivers wasn't going to be able to do that. It's too limited in his rhythm.
Yeah.
It wasn't fair to expect Rivers to throw for 250, 300 yards. Hell no.
Dang, so we lost to the Rams and we lost to the Seahawks. I don't know who gave us this NFC West schedule. Like we're in the damn division and shit. But
unlucky break for the AFC South.
49ers, yeah. So maybe we'll finally get a win against the damn NFC West.
We have the AFC and NFC South this year. Yeah, a tough break for anyone who got the NFC West. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like that, just what a horrible gauntlet. You're talking about what may be the 3 best teams in the league,
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Arguably, though.
Okay, you can argue it. I ain't gonna
arguable
argument, but you can argue it.
Yeah, somebody could justifiably argue that, and at some point in the season, I did have them as the top 3 on my tier list. So,
that was the top team in the AFC. I'll never forget that. I might have to take a snippet and just put it as my wallpaper and just like the good times.
Make a clip, upload it.
Fond memories.
I will remember you. Maybe we should make a clip of that.
No, we shouldn't, man.
Rip Colts.
We'll make a montage of the
Rip Colts when they played the Chiefs and Chiefs came back from an 11-point deficit and it's never been the same since.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that about covers everything we need to discuss on Colts Seahawks. It'll be fun Thursday to see what the Seahawks do because kicking a shitload of field goals, whatever, you got to do better than that. That's not going to beat the Rams. No. You got lucky to hold them to 21. I think you got real lucky last game. I don't think Stafford's going to have a 120-yard game, even with Devontae out. I just don't see it. I don't care how good the Seahawks defense is. The Rams are just rolling right now. I think they feel like offensively they can match up with anybody. And they might be right. So, I guess I did have another like pseudo small topic, but might roll that into the hot takes based on what I'm seeing here. So, we can move right on over to the tiers, the power tiers, as I call them. Switch screens here. Woo! Look at that. All right. Do you have them pulled up? Do you have access?
Yeah, I got them right here on my handy dandy tablet because I can't see that well, but I can see this tablet well.
All right. Cool. So we're gonna run down. Again, the rules are if a team is next to another team in the tier, I do have them ordered left to right in terms of quality, but if you're in the same tier as another team, generally you're pretty close. You're not separated by much. If teams are separated by one tier or more, then there's definitely a more noticeable gap there. Those are the general rules, and we'll go over the names. Not so lonely at the top. This just reference to how stacked the top of the league is, how top-heavy it is. Very unusual. I feel like there's always like a, couple, 2, 3, maybe 4 front runners in the league. Well, this year we apparently have 6, and you could easily put more up there if you wanted to. It's certainly debatable. Impressive, most impressive. It's just a Star Wars quote I like. These teams are really starting to impress me a little bit. Eagles, I bumped you back up there. You did good. It's hard to get a shutout in the NFL, and your defense is great. I will hand you that. Your defense has been staying online. It's been staying good. It's been playing better and better and better throughout the season. If your offense can replicate even remotely what you did against the Raiders, then you have a shot at the Super Bowl. So you're in the second tier.
Against who? The Eagles.
Against who?
Who they play? The Raiders.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But if they can even play 60 to 70% that good on offense, but not to dig too deep into each individual team. But that's why I moved you up, Eagles. I almost kept you down. Hanging on by a thread. That's the next tier, the third tier down. Simple as that. These teams are barely hanging on. You'll notice one team in there, though, is a bona fide playoff team. They're not exactly hanging on by a thread, but I personally think they are leaking oil. The rest of these teams are either outside the playoff picture looking in, barely hanging on, barely in the mix, or, they're in the playoff picture, but I don't think they're very competitive with the top 2 tiers. Spoiler alert, these teams are to some degree exciting. They have potential to play spoiler to any further team on their schedule, if any remain. If there's a team really vying for a certain spot in the playoff seeding or trying to get into the playoffs, these teams could potentially beat that other team and sort of ruin their season and their seeding in that respect. All right, twice the pride, double the fall. That is the 5th tier down. This is, again, another Star Wars quote. Kind of mostly refers to the Chiefs. Like, boy, I mean, what a prideful team they were. So, it hurts so much harder when you fall and you have that much pride. Twice the pride, double the fall. You could really apply it to the Vikings in a sense too, coming off that 14-win season, and the sheer arrogance to not sign Sam Darnold and go with JJ, an unproven quarterback. Man, that takes a lot of pride, a lot of arrogance, a lot of confidence that may have been misplaced. We'll see how JJ plays the remainder of the season. And as for the Dolphins, they thought they had one in Mike McDaniels. Yeah, Mike McDaniels. They thought they had one, and they were flying high for a short period of time with Tyreek and Jalen Ramsey on the team, and they also fell pretty hard on their faces as of recently. So, and then the last tier is just wasted. It refers to the GTA death screen. And God, look how many teams are down there. Usually it's like you have like, again, like 2, 3, 4 teams down there. Look at how top and bottom heavy this league is. It's crazy. And that's probably why it is so top heavy and it's so hard to figure out these brackets and why they're so close. It's because you have so many teams at the bottom that are just like doormats. So those are the tiers. Those are the names and why I placed why I named them the way I did. And you can understand why the teams are probably in them. So any issues that you take or anything that stands out to you with the tier list, the power rankings?
Yeah. So the Eagles, like I said, the Eagles beating the Raiders. Were you really impressed with that? I wasn't. I mean, the Raiders kind of shut it down already. Like,
yeah, that's the one thing I was concerned with. Do
Raiders
they
shut
even
it down.
care? Are they playing
Yeah.
inspired at all? Or are they just like trying to get out of the season uninjured, like not hurt? You know, they're
I doubt any of the players on that team are going to be there next year. But any of the people on that team. But yeah, I was not really impressed with the Eagles. But
like, that you don't really put any stock into that win whatsoever.
No, man. The Raiders are just
Shutting
like,
out a team in the NFL is like not that bad though.
But the first, well,
Oh, I didn't even realize Kenny Pickett played
yeah, I
for the
was
Raiders.
saying,
Holy.
Kenny Pickett was playing, and that guy had like baby hands.
64 yards.
Yeah,
I didn't even
64
notice
yards.
this. I didn't even check their box score because
Yeah,
it's
it
the
was
Raiders.
Atrocious. It was a bad game. I mean,
Oh my
Raiders
God.
are the Raiders this year. I'm sorry to my Raiders families. Y'all keep your head up. But
Actually, you know, looking at their box score of the Eagles, it's not crazy.
yeah.
Jalen Hurts, 175 yards. Had a great QBR, though. Great passer rating because he had the 3 tutties. And he only attempted 15 passes and completed 12 of them with 3 tutties. That's basically a perfect passer rating. But
Yeah.
he didn't have to do much.
You don't when you play. I mean, I think the best team in college football can probably beat the Raiders right now. That's how down bad they are.
God, Saquon Barkley still only averaging 3.5 a carry. Man, what's going on with the Eagles on the rushing game, man? But
I would switch the Broncos with the Bills.
yeah, I know you would. We definitely kind of had a conversation about that already.
I would actually probably move the I guess you could leave the Seahawks at the top. I would say maybe you can move them most impressive, but
I think they still, given their win-loss, at this point you have to respect the standings a little bit, in my opinion, because we're getting down to the wire. Even if a team feels impressive lately, you also have to consider, okay, what's their record? What's their playoff seeding? Are they even in the playoff picture? You know, are they on the outs looking in? You have to consider standings a little bit and honor
you got the
that.
Steelers below the Ravens and hanging on by 3. So you think the Ravens are still a better team than the Steelers?
The Ravens what did they do? They just shut out the Bengals?
Yeah, they did, and
It's hard to get a shutout in the NFL, man, against Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I was like, I had to check the boss and make sure he wasn't hurt, and now he played the game.
Yeah,
and
they just could not get points in this game, man.
I mean, the Ravens should have beat the Steelers. Let's be that one where he had possession of the ball and they didn't call it a touchdown, but whatever. Lions, yeah, Chargers, yeah, I kind of agree with you. Panthers, yeah, Panthers like
little tricky to place.
They're a little tricky. They're a little tricky. You can almost put them in spoiler alert.
You could, but like, do you think
they're kind of interchangeable with the Bucks? Pretty much, I feel like.
Do you think the Panthers are worse than the Bucks?
The Bucks are starting to get. They got Godwin back. Mike Evans is back. I know they lost that game to the Falcons, which, I mean,
you know what? It really makes it so hard.
Yeah,
I think is because they both lost to the Saints. Like, what do you do with these guys?
That was weird. I saw that too. That they both lost to the Saints. Like the Saints are starting. Like I guess they're saying they found their quarterback and like was it Tyler Stroud?
Oh shucks.
Yeah, but I mean I don't know. Saints. I mean no one's really paid attention to them because of how bad they've been. But yeah. Spoiler alert looks pretty. I honestly.
What, you move the Colts up?
I move them down to twice the price. We were riding high. I was riding high, where we were like 8-1.
I considered it, but out of respect to you and the fact that Phillip Rivers is fun, I'm putting on the money. And also, it's kind of cope.
Right, you're right.
It's kind of hopium on my part, in the hopes that putting them there will give them the energy the spark needed to go knock off the 49ers.
I appreciate that a lot. You know what? I wasn't even thinking. I've been so like a dark cloud over my thoughts with the Colts this year that I didn't even like think about. Maybe we just need that spark. And you and Phillip Rivers might be that spark we needed. You placing us in the spoiler alert.
Well, it's easy to get that dark cloud over your head when it's your team. Yeah. Every week is like the last game of the season. That's the way it feels.
You know what, man? You ain't that much of a hater like I thought. Twice the pride, double the fall. I know you probably were happy about the Chiefs being there.
Not happy about it. But the only reason they're down there is because Mahomes got injured. If he wasn't hurt, he'd be on spoiler alert.
And wasted. Yeah, I mean,
not really much to say about any of those teams.
Not much to say of those teams. Yeah, I mean, the Saints won a couple games. Falcons just won. Titans. They look like they've been competitive lately.
No, this game got out of hand early, and they just got some garbage points. Titans and 49ers.
I mean, they beat the Browns.
Oh, yeah.
The Browns.
Yeah, that's why I have them one ahead of the Browns. I mean, these teams, when you see these garbage teams play each other, that's like, oh, my God, a competitive, interesting game. But when they play everyone else, it's like, oh, yeah. They belong down here.
The Giants, second worst behind the Raiders, man. I'm going to be honest, I did not expect the Raiders to be this bad. I think they're probably the most disappointing team for me personally this whole year. I'm not my family's a big Raider. They're all, Hispanics love the Raiders. I don't know why, but maybe because they were the West Coast team.
Yeah, LA loves them too. Yeah, I think it's honestly when it comes to the people's love for the Raiders, you know what? This might be a little bit of a hot take. I think it's just the aesthetic.
The aesthetic, the black and silver, it looks cool.
They it looks cool as gangster shit. Yeah, because NWA, it has connections there.
Right there behind me. Yeah, they got Raiders.
Eazy-E always wearing like Raiders shit.
Yeah, so
it's the aesthetic. It's the brand.
It's the brand. I honestly thought that I was thinking about it. Like they're probably were the most disappointing team for me, just because I thought Pete Carroll, he's a prestige coach. He
really more disappointing than the Chiefs.
Yeah.
No way.
I don't know, man. The Raiders.
The Chiefs had real expectations. The Raiders are like, we could win a few games.
They could have. I did not expect. Well, I just didn't expect. They're terrible, man. They're like terrible.
They are horrible. They are like. The most surprising game in the season might be Week 1 Raiders Patriots. Insane to look back on that.
Yeah, looking back on it, I was like, damn, because the Patriots before they lost today, I think they only had 2 losses, and one of them was against the Raiders.
Week 1, yeah.
I thought, okay, when I saw that, I was like, okay, Pete Carroll got these guys playing hard, and they're off to a good start, 1-0, and
that just goes to show Week 1 just like almost doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter
in terms of like how you perceive the teams, at least.
It's hard. Yeah. Absolutely. So I was like, okay, and who did they last beat? Was it? It was probably like the Jets or someone else.
I don't know. It feels like years ago at this point.
It's been a while, but yeah, man. I expected the Raiders to be competitive, not to just be the laughing joke.
They suck.
The doormat for the NFL. Yeah, I thought Pete Carroll would have this team playing a lot.
I have a little bit of a hot take.
And Geno Smith, he wasn't like top 5 quarterback in Seattle, but he was pretty good. Like
he's serviceable. He's competitive.
He was competitive, and like this year, I know the O-line's been really bad for the Raiders from the games I've had to see them play in prime time. But
Geno was a consolation prize. You know who they really tried to get?
Brady.
No.
Oh, Stafford. Yeah, I forgot.
Brady wanted Stafford, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think you realistically could have gotten him away from the Rams. I think that was all just bargaining.
Yeah, and I don't think Stafford wanted to really play for the Rams.
No, I mean, God, Raiders. What a mistake that would have been. And he's only on a 1-year deal, I think, with the Rams. I think he's going to come back and play football, even if he wins the Super Bowl. I don't see Stafford go walking off into the sunset. I think he's going to try and compete a little bit longer.
Yeah, I say he's got like 3 more years in him. At least 3 more years, very competitive, and then maybe that.
I say as long as he could throw a football and he doesn't without pain.
Yeah,
He'll play. I think
he did have the neck injury, and then
it's that back. Will that come back at any point? We don't know anything about it. The Rams have been
training camp,
yeah.
And he just basically.
That's why we were slow to start. I think.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, the Raiders have been like just a big disappointment.
God, so bad.
I didn't expect them to be this bad. I expected like they should have took Shador, and because now they basically have to go back, draft another final quarterback because Geno's probably done, and yeah, I didn't expect them to be the doormat of the NFL this year. I expected them to be like a 7-8 win team, and
they have not gotten above that last ranking. I think maybe since we've done the podcast. Did I put anyone below them at any point? Maybe the Jets were down there.
At one point were really bad. But...
Or no, maybe I had the Saints below them at one point in time. I don't know.
I mean, once you're down there, it's kind of like
it's kind of relevant where you are, but not to have any week that inspires me to raise you above another team. Like, oh my God. Every other team has had movement down there. Hell, I've moved teams up a tier. Look at the Vikings. They get the honor of being in the second to last tier this week.
Yeah, that was a crazy disappointing game for the Cowboys on Sunday night.
Yeah, well, I think nine sat down. He took a seat on the bench, and J.J. McCarthy was like, all right, time to grow up and play a little football.
Yeah, if you can make J.J. McCarthy look like a decent quarterback in the league, you really got some problems, but
yeah, he needs to get rid of that alter ego, whatever. You're 9, yeah, fucking cringe.
Yeah,
you're not a child anymore. This isn't college. You're playing with adults.
You're not a frat. You're not in a frat party, man. Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's just the Raiders. I just wanted to get that off my chest.
I know, because I know you mentioned having people that like them.
Yeah, they love the Raiders. My mom was like, I told my mom this year, like, you know what, the Raiders are probably going to be a pretty good team this year. They got Pete Carroll, Ashton Genty, running. Probably going to be a defensive. They're probably going to be like the early Seattle days where
Marshawn Lynch running hard,
and goddamn, my mom was like, oh, we lost again. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Mom, I'm gonna join you real quick with the Colts losing every game lately, but
You know what was funny? I like. My mother-in-law often gets help on her survivor pools from me, and I'm basically a part of it. Well, we fucked up one week, and we forgot to send in our pick. And we have two with slots, 2 different teams or whatever in the survivor pool. There's a bunch of people in it, and we made 2 entries. And I usually pick different teams for each one every week. And both of them are undefeated right now. They might both be in the money spots, which is crazy. This is the best I've ever done. But one week we forgot to send in our pick, and we were like, oh no. And what happens is, since we have 2 teams, they both default to the worst possible matchup, worst possible team. Like with the biggest point margin, differential predicted by Vegas. And so we got the Saints for both teams that week. And they beat the Panthers. And so many people got knocked off. Or no, it was the Bucks. So many people got knocked off that week because they picked the Bucks to beat the Saints, and we had the Saints to beat the Bucks, and it was like a miracle. And it knocked so many people off that it elevated our teams up into the money spots, and it was kind of like, we got lucky, but let's not miss any picks again. How about
please
let's not do that.
Yeah, you got real lucky with that one.
Yeah.
Must be nice to get lucky. I wish I got lucky.
Like the Raiders have had. The point is, Raiders have had none of those games. So
no, they haven't. I honestly thought they were going to beat the Eagles. Like the Eagles look like they're falling apart. They're imploding from within, and the Raiders are desperate for a win. This is probably the game they win, and they got shut out. So I don't think they win another game for the rest of the year, to be honest. So I'm sorry to my Raiders family, but pack it up. Season's over. On to the next. Hopefully you guys should have took Shador. I know he had a really bad game against the Bears, but he's showing some promise, and at least you have somewhat of a quarterback for the future, because it looks like you're back to square one. No quarterback. Max Crosby probably wants to get out of there ASAP. I don't blame him for that.
I heard rumors the Rams almost tried to had their eye on Brock Bowers. It's like, too bad, man. Bad we didn't get him.
He's like the only shining light in that team, pretty much, and Max Crosby, of course. But Yeah, Raiders, man. They've been dysfunctional since I started watching football, and they haven't really changed since.
I heard LaShawn McCoy talk about that there is sort of an inherent value in being able to remain with one franchise and build with that team and win with that team, similar to the way Larry Fitzgerald did with Arizona.
Cardinals, yeah.
The similar like way Aaron Donald was with the Rams, that Ray Lewis was
With the
to the
Ravens.
Ravens. You stick with that franchise. People identify you as a Ram, as a Raven, as a Cardinal. And you'll forever be beloved by that fan base for remaining with that team. And I like it when players do that. I like it when it works out that way. But if you play for a team like the Raiders, yeah, I can't blame you one bit for just wanting out.
Want to leave, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the franchise is not really well run. I know with Mark Davis
Yeah.
and his bowl cut. I don't know what he does.
He can't
You would
even
think
run his hair well.
haircut. Yeah, I would say he can't even get a decent haircut with all that money he has. But maybe Tom Brady will figure it out. I mean, he's out there watching the game with his binoculars and scouting and picking up the Spygate, continuing the Spygate with the Raiders, and hopefully he'll help them out a little bit. But yeah, it's looking spooky in Oakland. But yeah, I'm done talking about the Raiders.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get that out there for my family and let them know that it's okay to give up. And
So you don't have a problem with the Cowboys being down where they are?
nah. I mean, they lost, and they they're like a
They got their ass beat by the
they're like a
Vikings.
they're a bipolar team. If I can
They
think of
are.
any way they're one week they're like, wow, this team is really good. They got a great offense. Their defense is figuring it out. I mean, like I said, they had us bamboozled a couple weeks ago, and now they're like, wow, this team, what's going on? Like their defense is atrocious. Their offense
Yeah.
can't seem to get it together with all the star power they have.
Pickens
Mm.
had another soft ass week too.
Yeah, so maybe next week they'll probably drop 40 and win the game, whoever they play. I don't know, but they're a bipolar team, so I don't have no problem because that could be the big game. Well, they're not making the playoffs, but if whoever they face next, they might get the best version of them and of the Cowboys that week, and then next week they'll go back to losing to JJ McCarthy type quarterback.
Oh, it's the Chargers.
Really? I could have swore they played the Chargers already. Dang.
We were just remember we were talking about. Oh, next week they got the Chargers. That might be worth talking about if
Oh yeah. It might be worth talking about.
Depends on how it goes.
Yeah, if it's a good game, we gotta talk about it. If it's a blowout game, which I doubt it'll be a blowout game,
Yeah,
but if it is,
Chargers can't seem to score that much.
yeah, I was gonna say the Chargers don't have that offensive firepower where we're like, oh, we're gonna get 40 dropped on us. Like they might make it a competitive game.
Yeah,
Might be a good
definitely.
matchup. But yeah, that's all I have for the tier list. Now I wouldn't move the Cowboys around. I think everything else looks pretty well. It was more like the top teams.
Yeah, and you don't think Houston's top tier, do you?
It's tough. They're like, because you have them right next to the Jaguars. It's kind of tough because they're both on like
Neck and
16
neck.
win streak. Yeah, they're like, we got to see who comes out of the division. I don't know.
I've
Their
heard
defense-
arguments for them being as high as the second best team in the league.
Oh no, I wouldn't agree with that. It's because their offense. I had just a little bit more consistency from their defense. Is legit. Like their
If they
defense-
got their offense together at all, if like they were started to put up like high 20s, then it's like, oh my god, watch out.
If they high 20s, low 30s, yeah. With that defense, yes, easily probably top 5 team in the league. But I got to see a little bit more from their offense. That's the only concern I have with the Texans is just their offense. They're like kind of like Cowboys bipolar. One game they're doing decent, and the next game they're like struggling to get on the board.
Yeah,
But their defense is always consistent from what I've seen from them this year. Will Anderson is a stud. Their defense plays really well. I just got to see a little bit more from their offense, and then we'll go from there. So, no, I don't have no problem with the Texans where they're at. I
Okay.
think they're where they need to be, I guess.
yeah, and Ravens.
Yeah, I mean they're
Where would you put them?
I would put them right. They're hanging on by because they haven't been that impressive. Lamar, as much as I love Lamar, he hasn't been that impressive lately since he's been back from that injury.
The Lions were another team that was kind of hard to place because do I necessarily think the Lions are worse than the Ravens? I don't know, but I also have to, like I said, it's the time of the year where I have to start respecting the standings. The Ravens are in the hunt, and they just blew it, got a shutout win against the Bengals, and the Lions are not even in their playoff picture. And
yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. The Lions, they didn't lose to no slouch this Sunday. They did lose to the Rams, and the Bengals they have Joe Burrow, yes, and now that you bring it up, I mean, it kind of looks bad on the Bengals because of what Joe Burrow said before the game.
I know.
Last week, that
kind of a shitty look. Like,
yeah,
fuck football if it's not, we're not having fun. It's not worth playing. And then you go lay an egg.
Yeah, that's a very bad look. That kind of concerns me a little bit of where the Bengals are heading. Like, either Burrow commits and sees it through, or he's out of there and pulls an Andrew Luck and retires, or he does a Carson Palmer and refuses to play for the Bengals and forces a trade.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he would want to get traded because he does have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Those are really, really good receivers and who knows that you'll even get half of that if you go somewhere else. But no, it's the middle of the pack is very interchangeable. So I'll leave the Bengals where they're at and the Ravens where they're at. The Chargers and Lions, I was gonna say maybe move the Steelers ahead of the Panthers. That they did win a game and they are ahead of the division, and
it's so hard. It's tough.
Yeah, it's just Aaron Rodgers, man. He's like, he can't really like put together games like he used to. Like he played well yesterday. I think he went 23 or 27 for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's probably one of his better games recently.
Better games, and then next week he might throw 2 picks, fucking get hit hard and bust his nose and get hurt.
I think the upside with the Panthers, their ceiling is higher.
Yeah. I think the Steelers are peaking as we speak.
They're both inconsistent, but I think the ceiling is just slightly higher for the Panthers. Plus, it's just so hard. When you beat the Rams, it's just so hard to say,
Yeah.
That win's going to carry them a long way, I think, like in terms of the respect they get on the season.
Yeah,
even if they don't make the playoffs, people are still going to probably going into next year be like, oh, but the Panthers, they did beat the Rams, remember? People are still going to probably be talking about that bullshit.
They're going to, the Panthers, they started to muster it up. Bryce Young, he's playing well. He's starting to figure things out. And they're a young rising team. I think they just need a couple more pieces and they'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, now I'm good with the list.
All right. Well, we can turn the page on over to our Hot Take Tuesday segment. Of course, you guys don't get the podcast till Wednesday, but we're rolling it with Hot Take Tuesday because it sounds good. And switch on back over to the big cam screen. Did you want to kick us off for Hot Take Tuesday?
I got one that'll probably tickle your elbow. Let me see.
Oh, okay. I see.
You ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
The Chiefs will be missed in the playoffs this year.
Oh, no.
If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man, and the man's not there. So
let's say they go on some
they're eliminated.
Yeah, they are totally eliminated.
They're totally eliminated. But if
Gardner Minshew somehow got them there, if they weren't, would you? You'd still say you'd want them in there?
Okay, maybe I should rephrase it.
If Patrick Mahomes was healthy.
Yeah, Mahomes. Yeah, in an ideal situation, Mahomes is healthy, and the Chiefs start to muster up some wins, and they sneak into the playoffs. I like their chances.
I think they've been consistently pretty bad this season, and how could you miss a team that's just not exciting, not good?
Well, you just like everyone else, you want to see the superstars play. You want to see the big guys, the big dogs in the big games, and
you got to update your resume, Mahomes. You can't have a whole shit year.
You
can't have a whole year of bullshit. Like you have to have some good games, and you just haven't.
Put some respect on a top 5 all-time quarterback's name, please. He's done enough resumes, updates that he's good forever. He could go 2-10 if he goes in the playoffs. I'm gonna be watching just like
bro. This is a what have you done for me lately? And Brady doesn't have too many playoff misses on his resume. Let's just put it that way. So this has been a real bad year for them.
He
And
did miss
they don't
the
deserve
goal.
they don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
I
They just don't.
I think all of America. I speak for all of America when I say.
You speak for yourself.
I speak for all of America when I say we miss you and we're thinking about you. And
When you speak for all of America, you're speaking for you.
That's my hot take. Yeah.
All
Chiefs
right.
will be
Oh
missed.
yeah, see, it's hard to say because I don't know how everyone will they be collectively missed by everyone? I don't know. But for me, my personal taste is a hot take because they've sucked. So, my first hot take is I don't even know if this is a hot take. The catch rule is still confusing, and it feels like the NFL makes it up on the fly.
The catch rule, as far as like
I still sometimes don't know what is a catch and what's not. I've watched a number of Rams games. This week, there was a catch by Parkinson, and it wasn't clear whether he had total possession as he went down to the ground. It was kind of hard to see whether the ball hit the ground or not in the process of the catch while he was kind of bobbling it. And his knee was at the 1 yard line. He was touched down by the defender, and when they reviewed it, they said, "Oh, whatever, touchdown." It's just, I've seen too many plays where I'm like, "Oh yeah, to me that's a catch," and then they'll come on and be like, "No."
okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, because I thought that wasn't touchdown.
And we're getting a lot, man. If you look at the Lions fans, because like I've been looking at Rams videos and stuff, you'll see a lot of Lions fans, salty Lions fans in the comments saying, rigged. The game is this season's rigged for the Rams. It's like, oh, shut up. That was a first down. You think you were stopping us anyway? Give me a fucking break. You know what I'm saying?
It is kind of hard to dictate what is a catch per se. I mean,
you're having to survive the ground and all that, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know what that even means.
I saw that too, and I was like, how is that a catch? But the officials called it a catch, so I'm like, it's not my team. I don't have no skin in the game. But me personally,
it's strange they gave him the touchdown. I guess they said, because he didn't have possession of it right away. And got possession late after he was over the goal line.
Yeah, I was like,
but you couldn't tell if he had possession at all, and you're ruled on the field touchdown. So I guess they were just, this is too hard. This is too many things going on. Touchdown. We're just gonna stick with the ruling on the field. Rams are gonna score anyway. So
yeah, that was so weird. Cause I was like, I was watching the replay. I'm like, dude, like he's literally on the ground. Like
I know he's down.
And he's down, and then next I see touchdown. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, well. And
I've seen a couple of catches in the season. I can't reference them exactly in what games they happened, what player caught them, but I would see catches, and they'd be like, oh no, he has to survive the ground, and it's like the guy had his hand under the ball, and the ball barely touched the ground. Like, this is a catch to me, and it's like, no, didn't survive the ground. Like, the ball bobbled a little bit, and I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
I still can't make sense of it. I can't
either. I don't know, man. I think they just. I mean, sometimes at my job, our motto was you fake it till you make it. You just go out there, wing it. If the customer takes it, they take it. They don't, then fuck, you're screwed. So I feel like they just said kind of like, well, we're the referees. You know, we make the call. So I mean, yeah, the fans are gonna be mad, but hey, you know, what else can you do? And yeah, that's. I guess that's a cold take because I agree with you. So. Yeah, I mean, it's a good rant, though. It is definitely something that the NFL needs to get it together. Like the Ravens game where the guy had possession. He literally extended the ball out, and they call it no catch because he didn't make a football move. Even though he had both feet on the ground, he literally.
And that's another thing. What the fuck is a football move precisely?
Yeah, if I shimmy my shoulders, is that?
Or it could just be like catching the ball, turning around, and as you turn around to run, somebody knocks it out. Okay, is that incomplete, or is that considered enough of a football move for you?
Yeah.
Oh, and there was another one. Do you remember Rams Bucks? I actually remember one of the plays that confused me. Rams Bucks. How that tight end. Do you remember the game where he was like bobbling it, and then he gets his hands on the ball, his knees are on the ground, and then the cornerback at that point takes the balls out of his hands and starts running down the field? It's like, wait a minute, he kind of had his hands on the ball securely.
Yeah.
And his knee was on the ground, so it should just be touched down. but the cornerback just grabs it out of his hands and takes off. Like I wish I could just show you the replay right now. Very bizarre that was ruled an interception, even though it benefited us greatly. Not that it was a difference maker in the ball game. No one ended up caring, but it just in a vacuum, that play was very weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like every week they just kind of like change the rules of what's considered a catch, a football move, and yeah, that's a cold take just because it's a valid.
And how many times have you heard the broadcaster come on the call with the announcers and say, well, I think they're going to have to overturn this, and then the referees come out and make the opposite decision. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it's, well, let's get a call from New York and see why that's, and then they try to explain it. In my head, I'm like, dude, this just sounds like some BS. You just kind of.
At this point, just referee the damn game from New York. They're so quick to respond and correct calls that it's like, why do we even have refs on the field? Like, just referee the whole damn game there. So yeah, So I guess that's a cold take.
It's a little bit of a cold take.
Yeah, we can move on to yours.
Well, this one you kind of called already, but I said if you put Stafford, hold on, where did it go? If you put Stafford with the Bills, they missed the playoffs. If you switch from teams, Stafford's not taking the Bills to the playoffs.
Does Sean McVay get to go with him?
No.
Oh, well then hell. I mean, yeah, I don't.
That's not how that works. Tell me I'm right. Go ahead.
See, the team is just not structured to play with a quarterback like that.
If you're that good, if you're the MVP, it don't matter what you have around you. Allen is showing you that right now that you don't need to have Devontae Adams and Puka and whoever else you have and a great running game and a great coach that knows how to call a great game. You don't need to have any of that. You put the team on your back and you show them why you're the MVP. And I think, yeah, Stafford with Buffalo, not a playoff team.
I think if McVay got to go, they would be.
That's not how I fantasized it in my head. So in my head, if they switch teams, just two players, eye for an eye. Stafford,
how good do you think the Rams would be? Amazing, or do you think they'd be any better than they currently are, or do you think they would be? Like they'd be, oh my God, you guys are like undefeated.
No, I don't think no one's ever gonna go undefeated again, and at least in my lifetime. I think they would be one win better.
One win better,
and that win being the Super Bowl. But yeah, I'm just Josh Allen, man. He's the real MVP in my eyes. But
he is really, really valuable to, like, he does a lot for that football team. Yeah. I will give you credit there.
Yeah, and he'll have to do less with the Rams, so.
I just don't know that Allen would go to the Rams and because Stafford really makes those receivers look amazing. How many record-breaking receivers has he had? He had Calvin, he had Kupp, and now he has Puka. He makes that team look awesome.
He made Adams. Adams was a made man before he got there.
Well, Adams was, but like
Puka. So how you gonna call him the best receiver and then say he's a product of Matt Stafford?
I mean, he's not a total product of Matt Stafford. Kupp was good at 1.2.
Puka had 9 at quarterback.
But because Stafford is such a good thrower of the football, it unlocks their ceiling.
Come on, man.
They're able to play to their ceiling, unlike with any quarterback in the league right now.
Are you saying if Puka had the legend, the Blitz legend, the 9, JJ, as his quarterback, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing right now?
If Puka had JJ
the 9, yeah.
No, he would not. He would not be able to do.
Yeah, I mean, look what he's doing with Justin Jefferson, right? Yeah, you're right. He
would not be able to do that.
It's because
it does matter who's spending the football team. Yeah. But I will say, if Matthew Stafford went to the Bills, the receivers would look better.
I don't know.
I don't know if they'd win as many games because you can't put on the cape and run around like a running back. No quarterback really does. No one has the ability quite like Josh to become like a tight end on the field. But
you're preaching the truth right now. I like that. Yeah, go ahead. But
the Bills receivers would eat better than they are right now.
I don't know, man.
They would look way better. Whatever their ceiling is, it would look higher, or they would reach it. Stafford unleashes the full potential of his receivers.
Whatever helps you feel better about your quarterback, but I said what I said, and that's a hot take.
Yeah, so the Bills might be worse if Stafford went there, but I'm not sure the Rams get that much better. It's so weird.
It's because there's no there. It's because the Rams are so loaded that it's kind of hard to really improve like much. Like that's why I said just part
But
maybe
it's
one more
weird
win.
because if Josh Allen is so good, then you'd think he would improve them too.
I mean, like, it's because like you guys only lost like what 3 games, 4 games this year. Like you know,
I
three
know.
games I think. So like
3.
maybe you don't lose that Panthers game. Let's just say maybe Allen just instead of throwing the interceptions, he runs and it prevents the interceptions from happening. I don't. It's just for the Rams. It's hard to really improve on what they've already done. But the Bills, they're barely getting by in the division, and I don't think Stafford would have been able to overcome the adversity and the challenges that the Bills
Are the
face.
Bills barely getting by? They're only a 4-loss team. I
Barely
mean, they're not
getting
winning the division, but they're
no,
they're they're firmly in the playoffs.
they're in the playoffs, barely getting by, barely getting.
And they have a decent running game there.
Yeah, Cook is good. Cook is good. But I
Their
mean,
defense is suspect, I will say. They're subject to
yeah,
laying eggs at times. That's the
yeah.
biggest problem they have. The Rams' defense is a little bit better for sure and better receivers. But
So you like that take? Sound like you like that take?
yeah, I'd say it's lukewarm. It's not totally hot or totally cold.
Something a hater would say, but it's all right, man. All right, what do you got?
All right. Man, this is a cold take. I already know this is a cold take. The Sunday night football flex needs to be more flexible.
Yeah.
Whatever the flex rule is, I don't even know how it works.
They did
But whatever
actually
that
flex
shit is needs to be fixed.
They do, because they flexed the Bengals Dolphins game. It was supposed to be Sunday night, and they flexed it out. So they could flex out Sunday night games.
But why didn't they flex something better in?
Who did they flex it in for this Sunday night? I don't know.
Vikings, Cowboys?
No. Next, I mean, this upcoming Sunday night, because this upcoming Sunday night was supposed to be the Dolphins Bengals.
Oh.
Since they're both not doing that well. They flexed.
Oh,
them
they
out.
flexed. Oh, no, that's Monday night. My bad. Oh, they flexed in Patriots, Ravens.
Patriots Ravens on
That
that.
is
So,
a better matchup.
it is a better matchup, and with that being said, yeah, I don't know. It's that Cowboys money fan base. If it was any other team playing the
Yeah.
Vikings, they would have definitely got flexed out. But since it's the Cowboys and NFL loves
I know, like maybe that should have been my hot take. Maybe I should change it. Let's call an audible and say, if the Cowboys are out of the playoffs, they should not get to play in Sunday night football games against teams that are also out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
They should get no primetime games against.
I mean, that's kind of like relates to my rant with the Giants. Like they get primetime games just because they play against the Cowboys. Pretty much, that gives them a primetime slot automatically, no matter how dog shit they are. They get, and the Cowboys, same thing. I remember those years that when Tony Romo got hurt and they went like 2-14, and they still were getting primetime Sunday night games just because it was the damn Cowboys and they fucking sucked. So yes, that is a hot. Well,
The America's team thing, I think, is wearing a little bit. They still have a huge fan base, still a very valuable franchise. But that America's team, I don't think people are growing up to be Cowboys fans all across America the way that they once did back in like when the '90s Cowboys aura was a thing. So like,
yeah, I agree. That's that. Now, the fan base might think that's a hot take because they want to see their team, but yeah, they NFL should have flexed that out just because it's the Cowboys. I get it; they have a lot of fans and they bring in the ratings and they're the richest franchise in all the world as far as sports go. I think they're the most valuable team in all sports.
yeah.
So
Are the Yankees close still?
I don't know. I think it might be a soccer team like Real Madrid or Barcelona that might be close to them, but that's surprising to me. The NFL team is even the most valuable team in the world, but it's them. It's the Cowboys, because soccer's worldwide, and you would think one of their teams would be like the most valuable franchise, but it might be the Yankees. Top five. Maybe the Yankees are like a top 5 team in.
Oh, okay, the most valuable sports franchise. There's no way this is accurate because Dallas isn't even top 5. Yeah, that's the 2024 rank. There's no way that's Forbes list. Like that's crazy.
7 billion. They're not on the top no more.
They have to be the top, dude, because I don't even see them on the list. Where are they?
Let me check them out.
Oh, well, I didn't see them on the list. They said Yeah, that's so weird. Okay, let me go to different list. Oh yeah, number 1, Dallas Cowboys. Number 2 is Golden State Warriors. This might be only in America. Number 3 is the Rams. Number 4 is the Yankees.
Damn, the Rams got money like that? I didn't know that.
Well, I think it's because they own SoFi. Stan owns SoFi. It wasn't funded by public tax dollar. He is owner. And NFL Network has their hub there now. So they're just worth a ton of money.
Most valuable sports. Damn, okay. Yeah. See, when I Google the most valuable sports franchises, it's I guess this is all American teams.
I'm surprised. Oh wait, see, this one has Cowboys, Lakers, Warriors, Knicks, Rams. This may be out of date.
Current rankings for the 9th straight year, the Dallas Cowboys are the world's most valuable sports team, worth an estimated $10.1 billion as of December 12th, 2024. But then, see, I look at the 2024 rank. They got Barcelona as number 1 with 12 billion.
I know, but then where's the Cowboys on that list?
At number 2. The Raiders 11. That's crazy. Because
they moved to Vegas. They used to be one of the least valuable.
Dang, where are the Cowboys?
Yeah, so this list is like bonk, dude.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but yeah, I mean, clearly they're probably still they're easily the most valuable team in the NFL, at least in part of North America, and they make the NFL a lot of money. So they're going to keep rubbing their back and giving them primetime slots. So that is a pretty lukewarm take for me because I agree. I don't want to see the Cowboys that are not making the playoffs. Yeah, they got star players like Dak and CD and Pickens, and that's about it. But if you're not making the playoffs, you're not making no noise. Like, I don't want to see that, especially against the Vikings, another team that's not making no noise. So yeah, at least they saved us this Sunday, so we don't have to see the Bengals. As much as I love seeing Joe Burrow play, but if he's depressed and not really trying to play football, I don't want to see that either.
We don't want depressed Joe Burrow.
Yeah, we want shiesty Joe Burrow, but
yeah,
it's all right.
All right, what do you got for me? Any more?
Yeah, I got another one. Let me see. This one might piss you off a little bit. The AFC is better than the NFC.
Hot take.
Yep.
Hot take.
And you're probably wondering, how did I come to this conclusion or this?
I mean, I'm looking at my own tier list right now, and there are some AFC teams in the mix there. I will say they've gotten a little bit more better the past couple of weeks. I've gotten a little bit more confident in the conference the past couple of weeks, but I still don't know. I think that NFC is just insane.
Well, let me tell you why I think the AFC is better. You might, jump ship. Who knows? So we got the Broncos, great defense. Bo Nix played pretty well. We got Superman, Buffalo, Bills.
Yeah, your new favorite team.
Yep. We got the Patriots. They lost, but they're still, top team in the league. We got the Texans, probably the best defense in the league. And then we got Lamar Jackson. Oh, yeah, shit. Oh, yeah.
But you don't.
How can I forget the Jaguars, man? My bad. Jaguars, 6-game win streak. They're doing pretty well, I guess. Trevor Lawrence, Fabio is doing this thing finally after like 10 years. We got obviously 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson in the AFC. He's once he gets it back together, once he gets out this funk.
If he does,
hope he does. They should be a threat.
And the Chargers and the Steelers, I guess. The
Chargers, yeah, they might be a little tricky, but the record don't lie. They're a top team. Steelers, no, not really. But the Bengals, if Joe Burrow if he could get out his mentally depressed state he's in and love football.
Bro, we're not gonna dig that deep into the standings to look for teams that are better.
And last but not least, but he might be hurt for the next year, but we got Mahomes in the AFC. Man.
Okay,
Like,
you're talking about the Bengals. Who do you like better, the Bengals or the Cowboys?
hey man, Bengals. They got the better quarterback, the better receivers.
Do they? I thought you said Cowboys have the best receiving core like a couple weeks ago.
Well, Pickens kind of like shut it down. It looked like he shut it down for the season. So I don't.
They
I
both
don't
have
know.
shit defenses for the most part, so we think.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. They're kind of the same, but I just like Joe Burrow more than Dak. I mean, at least Joe Burrow's been to the championship game.
Yeah,
and Super
well,
Bowl.
yeah. He's been to a Super Bowl. We have to start giving credit to people that do that. Dak ain't never sniffed one.
Dak can't even like get out the damn divisional game.
I know, and that he deserves a lot of
Yeah.
shit for that. Joe Burrow's
Yeah.
at least made it to the damn show, and that's an important thing in my opinion.
And I mean, most of the shitty teams are in the NFC. We got the Saints, the Commanders, the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Giants. You know, I just think that the AFC has better quarterbacks. They got the more promising teams, and the NFC is just either the Rams.
There's 4 in the AFC in the bottom and 5 in the NFC at the bottom. And in the second to bottom tier, they're all no. There's 2 AFC teams and 1 NFC team. So if you combine those 2 bottom tiers that are all the trash teams, they're the same. They're the same number.
Who has the more MVPs?
Oh, dude, I mean,
Mahomes,
bro,
we got
yeah.
we got Allen, we got Lamar.
The
we
NFC,
got-
it's a different kind of conference.
yeah, it's the weaker conference. So
No,
yeah,
it's a better
that's my
one.
take,
More
man.
competitive. It's hard to
They-
win MVP when all the teams are so good.
Hard to win MVP when the AFC keeps winning. Yeah, I know. So that being said, that's my take. Is the AFC is better than the NFC.
You're going a lot off of history. You love like
I'm
the
going-
history and the accomplishments. How
The
how
history.
accomplished has a team been? Like,
Mahomes is still in the league. Allen's still in the league. Yeah, like these guys are like 10 years past.
and they ain't good right now. They ain't playing
They're
good.
going through a funk. It happens. We all go through a funk, you know. It
Did Brady
happens,
go?
but,
Did Brady go through that many funks in his career? Did
because
Peyton go through too many?
You must have not seen Divorce Brady's last season when he got that divorce.
Still made the
Brady.
playoffs though. He was
Barely.
old. I mean, God, he was
It was about
45. That
it was
like,
about
come on, he deserves a little bit of a
All right,
bit of a. Mahomes ain't played till he's 45 yet. Wait till Mahomes 45. Let's see what he does.
He's probably not gonna play that long, but
Exactly. Very few do. No one, pretty much.
I say what I say, and I stand on business.
All right, look, let's see. At the top tier, we got 3 NFC teams and we got 3 AFC teams. So honestly, the Patriots are a little bit lucky to be up there, but that's okay. In the second tier, we have 3 NFC teams and only 2 AFC teams. And the tier after that, let's see, 1, 2. Okay, so you got 3 AFC teams and 2 NFC teams. But that's the third row down you're starting to get to. I mean, my God. So, I don't know. When first of all, the NFC has the best team in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly lucky I didn't call the 49ers the second best. I wanted to get a little love to the AFC. But in all honesty, God truth, you could easily say the 49ers the second best team over Denver. I'm just saying.
You made the list, man. I'm just going by what's on the list. What's
They're
on the
even.
list.
I don't think you could confidently say. I'm saying this is a hot take. There's no way you can say AFC is better. If anything, at best you can argue they're relatively equal this year. But when your 2 top teams in the AFC, do you really trust them? You are always talking about all these young teams I can't fully trust. How many of those teams the AFC have at the top of the bracket?
But all right. But we got Sam Darnold in the NFC. You know, I say the light's too bright. Seeing go Sam Darnold in the NFC, I don't need to see that, man. I trust the quarterbacks in the AFC more than I trust the quarterbacks in the NFC.
Who do you trust in the AFC besides Josh?
Lamar.
Oh, dude. Why do you trust Lamar? What has he done?
He's won 2 MVP. What do you mean?
What has he done in the playoffs? What makes you trust him?
He's gone to the championship game. What are you talking about? We got Lamar in the championship game. We got Burrow in the championship game, Super Bowl. We have Allen in the championship game. Like, what are we talking about? We have
Trash. He went to one championship game
we
he
literally had a quarterback go to like the last 6 Super
trash.
Bowls. Yeah, we literally had a quarterback go to, like running the NFL pretty much on his damn He was like Thanos collecting all the damn rings
Yeah,
and yeah, he had a bump in the road this year. And
bump. That was a damn.
it was a really bumpy ride, all
That
right.
was
But
he fell into
but
Grand Canyon.
and now he's not here, so let's
Let's fall back a little bit.
let's fall back on the slander because he's not here to defend himself. But he was running the NFL for basically this whole decade. So let's not act like the NFL didn't run through Arrowhead at one point. And who knows? For all we know, next year might be revenge season, and he might be coming for blood, and he might be watching the show.
No, it won't be because I have a hot take about that.
That Fitz guy's an asshole, and I'm gonna show him wrong. Oh wait, I'm gonna show him right. No wait, yeah, show you wrong. He's gonna show you wrong and be like, yeah, I'm gonna show him that I still got it. He's gonna throw the football, touchdowns, beautiful touchdowns, lots of touchdowns, more touchdowns than anyone's ever seen. That's my Trump impression for y'all. But lots of touchdowns and
lots of touchdowns. So many touchdowns. More touchdowns than, frankly, you've ever even seen.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, just watch out, man. If he's like Brady Jr. and this is his revenge second dynasty incoming, he's coming on for blood, man. So that's all I gotta say. Just
I think he's not.
Just
because
I'll take.
Because the Chiefs need to blow this team up and rebuild. That's my hot take.
Actually, that's a cold take because I agree. I mentioned Kelsey needs to go.
So what are they going to do? You think they're going to be winning Super Bowls and rebuild like the Rams almost did last year? By the way.
Well, they have the most important piece. They have the quarterback. So check that off.
Yeah, but he can't do nothing with this team. What makes you think he's going to do anything better next season until they rebuild?
Hear me out. So they have the coach.
Check. Oh, I have another hot take about that. Stay tuned.
Oh God. Not Big Red. All right, so they have the coach, and honestly, they just need to get offensive line. Their defense is okay. I mean, Mahomes has never had like top 5 defenses like Brady had his whole career, damn near top 10 defenses. But he had a comparable defense. They need a receiver, so more importantly, they need an offensive line to protect Mahomes. But they need receivers.
They need a lot.
They need a new tight end. And
do they even really need a running game too? Is their running game any?
Oh, yes, they need a running back.
They need a whole new offense.
So they need a whole new offense, defense. Maybe they can get a corner, a decent corner, pretty good corner, shut down one side of the field or something. And other than that, they'll be fine. If they can, but more important, they just need that. You can't depend on Juju Smith-Schuster to be, doing something or.
Remind me why they're going to be back next year.
Because they're gonna draft and rebuild, sign agents.
They're gonna draft a whole new offense.
They're gonna draft and sign free agents. It's gonna accumulate. When does the free agency start? March. Once March hits, they're gonna hit the ground running. They have a lot of paper. Mahomes is gonna restructure his contract because he's in win now mode. He knows what it takes to win, and he's gonna do what he has to do. He has to,
He's in win now mode. Why is he in win now mode?
Because he knows the NFL ain't forever, not for long.
Because he knows what's up. He wants to win right now.
Yeah. So, hey man, if you're used to going to Super Bowl every year and you miss the playoffs, and you don't want to feel that feeling again. So I'm sure he's gonna get real desperate. That's
true.
He's gonna get real desperate, and he's gonna make sure they get the pieces they need. Because not only is he a great quarterback, but I'm sure he could be a great GM one day in the future. And he might be able to find the pieces they need to get back in contention. And I say that proudly when the Colts at. But yeah, they're gonna be all right, man. They got the most important piece in quarterback, and they're gonna figure it out. They'll be back next year. You could clip this if you want. They'll be back next year, and we're gonna be talking about how AZ was right. Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl, and Mahomes continues to chip away at Brady's legacy. And Brady's not the GOAT for that long, so.
I have a question for you.
I might have the answer. I might not, but go ahead.
If the Rams were to win this Super Bowl, let's say they won another Super Bowl after that.
Yep.
They won 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. Oh, my God. Is this team a dynasty? I mean, when you include the Super Bowl they won with their core pieces, Stafford and McVay, the year before, oh, my God. This team could be historically great. Would you give the kind of love to the Rams you do to the Chiefs?
No.
You love that fucking team, man. You just love that team.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, it's too late. Like Stafford is not going to.
Oh my God, he could play for 5 years. You don't know. He could win 3 out of 5.
Stafford. It's because Stafford's always going to have that Detroit stank on him.
No, come on, bro.
We're gonna have a little bit of it. Like, all right, well, maybe if he would have gone with McVay earlier in his career, maybe we would have, But he got there so late that
if he won 3 out of 5 combined with the Super Bowl, that would be 4. He would be looked at like, oh my God, this guy. If he had a team and an organization, this guy's historically amazing.
It depends on the fashion in which they win the Super Bowls. For all we know, Stafford could just have 100 yards and it could be 4 rushing touchdowns and the running backs go crazy.
So they're a good team. They could do that. And it'd still be – I mean, God, if Tom Brady did that in his career, people would still be sucking him off.
I'm not one of those people, but, it's –
okay, but if Mahomes did it, they'd suck him off. And you'd be one of those.
I'm not sucking off anybody, but
you'd be crazy. Giving them top.
No, so what happened is it's because we already narrowed it down. It all comes back to Peyton Manning. If you're not, and the only way Peyton Manning can stay relevant in the GOAT conversation, even though he's kind of falling off now that Mahomes kind of overseeded him, but
no, Mahomes ain't overseeded Peyton. I don't care about Super Bowl count. He still has work to do to take over.
Yeah,
Peyton.
I mean Peyton Manning didn't miss no playoffs either. I just got to throw that out there. But at least not that from when I watched him play. But it's just like this is the only guy that's been a threat to Brady's legacy, and as a number one Brady hater, I was like, this is my only hope to get Brady off the GOAT conversation and back to irrelevancy, but. Him getting blown on the Super Bowl and losing to Brady is going to be kind of hard to kind of get that conversation going. But, we'll make it do what it does. And hopefully Mahomes can win 3 more and make it a conversation that people are going to be uncomfortable with, except me. Because I'll be like, yeah, I told y'all that Brady's not the GOAT. But
you'd be like, yeah, because I love the Chiefs.
No, I'll just be I'm
a Chiefs fan.
If, Manning would, he didn't have no top team and he made it to 4 Super Bowls. And he went 2-2, and Brady
didn't have a good team.
Well, he didn't have good defenses except for the Denver one. But the Colts defense, they always let him down. They were never a top defensive team. There was always Manning just doing miracles with the offense and doing the best he could with that defense.
Yeah, but, I mean, they had a couple of players, Dwight Freeney.
Dwight Freeney,
Bob
Sanders, if you could stay healthy, which you never could, and Robert Mathis, and Gary Brackett at the linebacker position at one point, and but it was, but I mean, if you think I agree that they need to rebuild that team. Just keep Mahomes and Andy Reid, and they'll be fine. So that's a cold take because I agree.
Okay. I didn't know you would.
No, I agree.
Blow the whole damn thing up.
Yeah, blow it up. Except Mahomes, don't blow him up. But everybody else, blow up. All right, ready for mine? Let me see. This is part where you're gonna want to intervene here, and I know you want to pop your shit off. So, the Giants made a mistake starting Jackson Dart and benching Russ.
Okay.
Just for the fact that Dart gets hurt like every damn game, he's like in the blue tent, and then Russ, let Russ do what he can. This is probably like his last year starting, and you just gonna bench him for a rookie. Yeah, I get it. That was Dabo's guy, and now Dabo got fired or whatever their coach's name was. Was it Dabo? Giants coach?
Dabo,
Debo, it's the same thing. Anyway, he's not there, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I get that was your guy, that Jackson Dart. You drafted him, you wanted him, but you should at least let him sit behind Russ, let him learn from a real professional in Russell Wilson.
Well, who he's learning from is Jameis.
And now how's he learning if he started? But anyway.
There ain't nothing you can learn from Russ. Trust me, there ain't nothing you can learn. First of all, let me cut in here. Okay, first of all, this is a hot take because you want to get the rookie some experience. Russ ain't doing nothing for your team. He's not going to get you to the playoffs. He's not going to get you into a Super Bowl run. He's not going to do anything for you. Having Jackson Dart sit behind him, is not going to do him any good. And the reason that is, a little discussion on Russ's legacy. I know you like Russ. I think you see him as having had a great career. You know, he had a lot of success over there in Seattle. But I have a little bit of a, you could call it a conspiracy theory. You can call it rumor. I don't know what you call it. But I think Russ might be the best quarterback ever that never learned how to play quarterback. That will be his legacy.
You're saying he was kind of like free balling it, like
yeah. I think
that's crazy.
I have a conspiracy theory that Pete Carroll watered the fuck out of that offense, watered it way down for him to be able to process the game, and he still had to run around and do all that nonsense, which really influenced the league in a lot of ways. He was almost kind of a pioneer of this era of football. Now all the players are doing it, and it's really taken a toll on their progression in terms of learning to properly play quarterback like the old school guys did. So you could say in some senses he set back the progression of quarterbacks. He set the league back in terms of the quarterbacks learning how to play quarterback as well as they once did. Even Tom Brady looks at the film and agrees.
That's so disrespectful.
Russ was really the one to kind of usher in that era, and I have a feeling, because when you look back at how the Legion of Boom, those guys so well respected, such amazing defense, they got held to such a high standard by Pete Carroll, by everyone in Seattle. They held themselves to a high standard. But Russ was often Russ was often treated differently. And you say, why is that? Because many quarterbacks are treated differently. They're the quarterbacks. They have to, have a certain kind of relationship with the coach. They have to learn things. They have to put in more work. They spend more time in the office. All this. They're going to be treated differently because they're a more important piece to the team. Why would the Legion of Boom have any special kind of feelings about Russ being treated differently than because they knew he wasn't very good?
This is the most hateful thing I've heard.
They knew that
this is crazy.
He didn't know how to play. He was never very good. Seattle managed to hide all his limitations. In combination, I will give Russ this. He was fast at processing what his eyes saw. So he would run around, and he found an open guy, he'd pass it there. But he did not know how to play quarterback. He never learned to read defenses. He never really learned to read the safeties, if the safety goes here, then I pass it there. This route is a high-low combination, and I got to read it along with the flat. And depending on how far the cornerback and the linebacker go, he never learned any of that. He just learned to play on the fly, and he's maybe the best quarterback ever, or among the best ever, at playing quarterback on the fly, not knowing what the fuck you're doing and going out there winging it and playing pretty well. But I think Pete Carroll knew that too, so he kept the offense super simple. So he could occasionally make a play and pretend to know what the fuck he was doing. Why was it that when Russ went over to Denver, Sean Payton's like, whoa, fuck no, I cannot coach this guy. This guy cannot play for my team. Get him the fuck out of here. He didn't do anything in Pittsburgh, couldn't do anything really in New York. He was exposed. He's a clown. None of his teammates liked him. Even Seattle didn't like him. That was your Super Bowl guy. He went to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. Really should have won 2. They don't even really like the guy or respect him. No one's really friends with him. He gets undue amount of credit because he's a quarterback and everyone knows he can't play. That's my conspiracy theory. They won't say it out loud. They won't say it in front of a camera, but you could tell by the way they talk and the way they regard him and the beef they had with him in Seattle and everywhere else that this is how it is. He can't play quarterback, and he's maybe the best player at the quarterback position to ever play quarterback and not ever have learned how to play quarterback.
I honestly, I am speechless from the hatred coming out your mouth right now and just hitting me in the face with all this Russ hate is mind-numbing, honestly. I mean, that's the most haterish shit I've ever heard this whole show, probably since we started this show, that Russ is not a man.
But it was a fire rant, though.
But what the fuck was the Seahawks before Russ got? There's a reason why they put him as a starter. Pete Carroll saw,
because they didn't have anybody else.
Yeah, they did. They
had a kid with athletic ability.
They had a quarterback. He wasn't a starter as soon as he got drafted. He earned that spot. And not only did he earn that spot, he played well. He played well in the big games, and he took him to 2 Super Bowls, man. Let's not act
Then
like
why don't his teammates like him? Why don't they respect him?
because he's kind of like a
chud.
he's kind of like he's a very cringy guy, like
cringe.
big family football.
So they don't like this guy. They don't respect him. They don't take no calls. They don't talk to him. They don't go to Christmas parties with Russ because he's cringe.
Because he's cringe. He's kind of corny. Like it is. It
that
is what
can't
it is,
be it.
Man.
There's more. It's deeper than that.
It is what it is, man. But he could throw the fuck out that ball. He could throw.
He had physical skills. I'll hand him that all day. And he rode those physical skills to an NFL career.
And no, he rode those physical skills to Pro Bowls, All Pros. Super
He
Bowl.
did, but he never learned how to play quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. He had great physical skills.
Crazy. He could spin. I guarantee if anyone else was playing quarterback for the Seahawks during the Legion of Boom era, they weren't winning those Super Bowls.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? They could have.
You put Drew Brees over there?
Okay, come on now. I'm talking about like you put Johnny Manziel.
Oh, okay, he never learned how to play either.
Okay, all right. Who did they have before Russ? Let me see.
I don't know. Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck might have won with the Legion of Boom.
No. I'm talking about who did Russ beat for the start?
Oh man, like I said, I thought they didn't have anybody. It was some bum.
No, they had a quarterback. And actually, I think they had just paid him too. And then, but Russ was doing so well in training camp, mini camp, that they're like, you know what, we got to.
Because he has great physical skills, he can fall back on and trick you into thinking he could throw or play. But he never learned how to play. They thought if they could teach him how to play, he would be good, but he couldn't learn how to play. He was too. He never learned.
Matt Flynn. So Russell Wilson plays. Hey, what is? I mean,
they didn't have anybody.
No. Flynn was initially expected to be the starter after signing a large contract. So you can't be a bum and getting paid a large contract.
A lot of bums have been paid.
And
Jimmy G got paid a fat deal after playing like 4 games.
Yeah, so they signed this guy thinking like this is gonna be our guy for the future, but Russell Wilson beat him out. And the rest is history.
Well, it's not hard to see why, because they thought, God, this guy's so much to build off of, so many tools, that if we taught him how to play quarterback and he learned that eventually, he'd be amazing. And he never learned how to play quarterback.
That's just crazy.
He couldn't fit into any other system. They watered that shit down for him to play.
You don't
do what he did.
Fake being a quarterback, and then always during his prime years, he was always considered a top 5 quarterback. Would you agree?
There were, how it depends on how long his prime is. Yeah, but I would say during his prime years,
from like 2015, 16.
Yeah, he fooled the media too.
Jeez.
He fooled it. That's why the Seahawks players look at him. He's like, man, everybody's sucking this dude off. He don't do shit compared to us. We're the one winning these games. We're the ones winning these Super Bowls.
No, they were mad at him.
This guy can't even fucking learn to play quarterback. He's too.
Mad at him because the way he played. They were mad at him because he would keep everybody. He was acting too cool for everybody. Like, oh, I'm too cool to hang out with you, bro. Like, I got Sierra and Future's kids as my kids. Like, no, man. Like, he was just not a. What you are in the locker room doesn't mean you're a bum in the field. Like,
because he didn't want to kick it. That's why they have animosity, long term sort of hard feelings about him. How come he didn't fit in with any other team?
He fits in with the Giants.
No, come on, bro. He had one decent game.
He only had like 3 games to start. What do you want him to do? I mean, the fact that he's like third in the depth chart.
What happened in Denver? They had a pretty good defense out there.
They did, and look at his stats. His stats weren't that bad. They just weren't accumulating the wins, but his stats were decent.
God, I remember when they played the Rams, and Baker Mayfield was in, and the Broncos got crushed like 52-17. Pathetic.
Look, man, in Denver, it just didn't work out. I mean, sometimes you get in a relationship and it don't work out, and you just move on to the next chick.
When he got there, Sean Payton wasn't actually the coach, right? It was some other coach.
It was a guy from because it was Rodgers' coach. I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, I forget his name too.
Because they thought they were gonna get Rodgers. And
yeah, they did. Yeah, but he couldn't work with them. And then when Sean Payton got there, it was like, okay, well now Russ has a coach, so. Maybe we could see something better. Sean Payton like, oh no, this guy can't play. Why did that happen?
Because Sean Payton's
He's a hater.
He's an ass. First of all, this is the guy that did Bounty Gate, so he's an asshole off the rip. And yeah, they just didn't mesh, man. It just, Russ is a very great positive guy, and Sean Payne can be like a little bit of petty asshole. So
Russ is not that old. Why can't he play anymore?
He's late 30s. What do you mean?
What is he? He's late 30s. He's like as old as Stafford.
He's like 37.
Oh, really?
Actually, I don't know. He might be 35. Let me see. But
it feels like he has it. Oh, 37. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
When did he start playing?
2012.
2012. Man, he's the same age almost as Stafford. Stafford came in at 09.
That's kind of weird. That's like he must have been like super
old, and really old prospect. He must have
been held back in high school because he was just so cool. But,
20-year-old hanging out. Now you're trying to make a joke. He must have been held back in high school because he couldn't make it. He had to fake it. Fake it till he made it.
But anyways, as far as my hot take goes, I just feel like you even said it yourself. Brady says that you gotta let these rookies sit down and develop. So I just feel like the Giants, I mean, with Dart, they're going part of the top 3 in the draft next year. And so, like, you kind of risked his health for what? For a top 3 pick in the draft. Yeah, I just feel like they should let Russ ride the season however it may. Because look how it's played out. I mean, they're
let Russ cook. Team. That's what got him into trouble in the first place. Once people started cheering, let Russ cook, then you found out, oh, wait, he actually can't.
Well, let Russ cook whatever the ingredients are, whatever their record might be. I mean, it'll probably be the same record as it is now, or it might be a win less or win more. Who knows? But let him finish the season. You sign him for a reason, and like how that rhymed. But just let him do his job. Like let him mentor Jackson Dart, and then next year kick him to the curb if you feel that way, and let Russ sign to the Raiders, and he could be with Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll can simplify the offense like you say he does, and maybe Russ will be back cooking. And maybe the Raiders will be better than the doormat because they can't get any worse than what they are now. So
I'm saying this is a hot take just purely on the fact that what the hell is Jackson Dart going to learn from Russ? Russ doesn't know how to play quarterback.
Well, you're a Winston fan. That's great. All right, go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah. Jameis could kill Russ.
Yeah, 30 for 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Russ would go 0 for 30. Let's see. Okay. This kind of played into my last one. I almost wanted to do 2 hot takes in a row. It's time for Andy Reid to hang it up and ride off into the sunset.
Ooh, how old is Andy Reid? I know he's up there in age. He's like in his 60s, I think.
I'm surprised you're even asking the question because you said with Andy Reid and Mahomes back, they keep the core pieces. They'll be in good shape.
They will be in good shape. I mean, damn, if I'm Andy Reid, I want to ride the Mahomes train as long as I can so I can get a couple more rings.
He's 67, bro. That guy looks 87. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got like 5 more years. I think he'll coach into his 70s. I mean, Bill Belichick's 74. He's still coaching. I'm surprised he's still
and Bill Belichick had to ride off into the sunset.
No, he's riding in Carolina. He's riding
rode off into North Carolina.
24. He's riding
shit all over there.
He's riding at 24. Yeah. But I mean, I say he probably got like 5 more years in him. 5 more years. I think he's gonna coach like maybe 72, or I don't know. I say 5 more years.
I feel like he's lost a little bit of his edge, and I think it's time to hang it up.
Jesus, you're overreacting, man. They're just missing the playoff.
That's why these are hot takes.
Yeah, that's a hot take. Yeah, that is actually probably the hottest take you had all night. So I'll give you that one. I think.
Okay, they have not had the creativity. They have not had that spice. They haven't had any merry-go-round plays, not many trick plays and shovel passes and behind the backers. Where are these play calls? Your team really needs them. Well,
he's also the head coach, so he's more than just a play caller. So let's get some respect under Andy Reid's name.
And he hadn't done a great year coaching these guys to any wins.
Yeah, they've been a little bit undisciplined, but that's
a lot of penalties too. Yeah,
you can only do so much, and then you realize that I can't fix this. It's the players; they got to go. So the players got to go. Get some new players in. Like I said, get rid of Kelsey, get rid of Juju, get a whole new offensive line, and get a running back that can stay healthy and consistently run the ball. And you'll see.
See, when I said the Chiefs need to blow this thing up, you didn't know that I was including Andy.
That's crazy. No,
I had to make it its
blasphemy.
own hot take, though.
That's a sin. That's a football sin if there ever was one. You can't just let one of the greatest coaches of all time just leave. He leaves. He's at that point where he's making me sound like a Chiefs fan. But he's at that point where he can walk away whenever. Kind of like Bill, like the fact that they fired Bill Belichick is kind of nasty work. But he's at that point where they could. He earned that right to walk away whenever he wants to. Now, when the team is done with him, when he's done with the team, but
So he's unfireable.
yeah, and I think Bill Belichick was unfireable too. But I guess his.
But
owner
he got
didn't like him.
fired.
He got fired, and look at him now. But it's whatever. All right, here's my
Yeah, he
last hot
sucks.
take. Yeah, he did. But ever since Brady left, it kind of
He kind of
that hurt my. I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for the Patriots. Like if Bill Belichick could win a ring without Brady, then
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Like, well, he's a product. And Brady won a damn ring, and Bill Belichick.
Granted, it is hard to coach without a quarterback. Like
It is.
Mike Vrabel in Tennessee.
He had Mac Jones. I mean, this is gonna lead into my next hot take. I'll just tell it right now. The Colts should go get Mac Jones. And I feel like it might be like kind of like the Sam Darnold effect where he goes with 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, coaches him up, teaches him how to play quarterback the right way. And,
somebody's going to grab him. It might as well be you. I would say this is actually a cold take. It's a good take, but it's a cold take. Somebody's going to grab him. And the Colts are – God, it sucks playing QB carousel. But Mac Jones – God, sometimes those kids, they're just not being taught right. And I think Kyle may have taught him right. Sam Darnold spent a year in San Fran. Look what happened.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping. That's what happens is without the seeing ghosts and primetime game woes, I'm hoping that Mac Jones can kind of do like a renaissance of his career and, learn from the 49ers, be a better quarterback. And then come to Indy and show us what you learn and help us be competitive.
And Mac Jones came in for the 49ers when they were kind of at their worst, at their most injured, playing their worst football.
And he played well. He didn't manage the game. He was.
Yeah, he played really well.
Yeah, he played really well. So
kept them alive.
Because it looks like they're Brock Purdy. He's playing well, and it looks like he's not giving up that job.
Brock Purdy's the starter.
Yeah, so might as well let us. We'll take Mac Jones off your hands and take that cap hit and come play for the shoe, man. We got room.
Maybe Daniel Jones. Maybe they could do a QB swap. Daniel Jones for Mac Jones. That's weird.
We could send Daniel Jones to the Raiders or something. I don't know.
To hell.
Yeah, the Saints. But nah, I know it's a cold take, but I just needed to get that off my chest that we should really get Mac Jones. I feel like they're probably going to re-sign Daniel Jones because of how he did this year and how the record he had us at one point, even though he was kind of falling apart near the end there a little bit. But ideally, get the big Mac Jones, Big Daddy Mac, bring him on board, and hopefully, take us in the right direction.
Yeah, somebody's going to grab him. Might as well be you guys. See what he's got. This is my final hot take. Pete Carroll's done. Vegas needs a younger blood at head coach. They need any other blood at head coach. Pete Carroll's done.
Yeah, I like Pete Carroll too, man. And it's kind of hard to see him struggle with the Raiders. Like I said, they were my most disappointing team. So
I know we kind of talked about this a little earlier. You think it's still a hot take though, or is Cole? Do you think he needs to go, hang it up?
It's a mild take because I feel like maybe one more maybe if he gets the pieces that he wants, the players that he wants in, then maybe he can make this team. But damn, I didn't expect them to be this bad like the way they are this year, where they're basically the laughingstock of the NFL next to the Jets and the Jets, because the Saints have won a couple games now where they're not really the laughingstock, but the Jets if they're neck and neck, the Jets and Raiders are the laughingstock of the NFL. He is up there in age too, but I just feel like I don't know. He still moves around like he's young, so
he looks younger than Andy Reid, but he's probably older.
Yeah, he's way older. I think he's 76. 76, 75.
74. Yeah,
74.
to me he looks younger than
And he's
Andy
still
Reid.
cognitive. I know that's kind of fucked up to say, but he's still cognitive in a way where
Oh yeah, he's sharp.
yeah, he still has his wits about him, and who knows how long that'll last as you get older. I mean,
Yeah, everyone gets a little slower. Some
a little
people
slower.
hold up though.
But I say it's a mild take. I want to see him at least at least until next year. Let him see what he could do next year, like draft and sign players. And they fucked up with the Geno. I think they should. I still strongly think they should have took Shador or any quarterback at that point, because I don't think drafting a running back was the right move for them when they don't even have a quarterback. Yeah, you signed Geno, but you saw Geno's ceiling in Seattle, and you really wanted to, build the franchise around him.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really have many options,
Oh, they had options and based on where they drafted they had options.
But is Shador gonna be a bona fide franchise quarterback winning Super Bowl? I don't know.
I don't know, but they had Shador, they had Jackson Dart. Who else did they pass?
The jury's still out on Jackson Dart too, bro.
Yeah, they could have.
They might have thought Geno gave them a better chance on the season than those two kids.
Well, it's because you don't know the potential of those two kids. We saw Geno's potential in Seattle. Like, he was a competitive quarterback, but he was not going to get you over the edge. He was just going to get you probably in the playoffs, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a mild take, because I think
he's not doing a good job. Even you would acknowledge that. They are horrible right
they're
now.
a terrible team. And I just he's like chewing his gum.
Yeah, chewing it into a powder. Yeah.
yeah. And it's like, damn, P, what happened, man? You was the man in Seattle, and you got these Raiders looking like. Well, the Raiders look like the Raiders, I guess, because they've always been kind of bad since I've been watching football. They've always been kind of like a shitty franchise, but yeah, it's just I'll give them one more year.
How many competitive years have the Raiders had in the past 2 decades? Like one where their quarterback got injured at the end. Derek Carr got injured in 2016 right before the playoffs. And that was basically the season. That's about it, right?
No. They when they played the Bengals
but they weren't a Super Bowl team that year.
They almost beat the Bengals. They should have probably beat the Bengals if they didn't call that play where they said they blew the whistle and they didn't blow the whistle or something like that. I don't remember if you remember that, but
yeah, I don't remember the exact thing. I remember a controversy.
It was a controversial call where like they supposedly didn't blow the whistle.
Yeah. The players stopped,
and the Bengals were still playing. They threw a touchdown, and they're like, "Well, you blew the whistle." And no, we did it. And yeah, it was
somebody in the crowd whistled, I guess.
Yeah, they stuck into the playoffs that year, but who knows what they would have done after the Bengals? Who knows if they would have beat the Chiefs? I doubt it, but they almost won. At least they could have said we won a playoff game, but no. Yeah, since I've been watching football, they've always been a very bad team. Like I said, I've been watching football since like 2006. That was the year they got Jamarcus Russell, the 2-14 year. And they got Jamarcus Russell, which everyone knows how that played out. Probably the biggest bust in NFL history.
Yeah. That or Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf, yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Imagine if we would have drafted him over Payne.
Oh, yeah. The Colts never really seriously considered doing that, though.
Yeah, thank God.
The Chargers were the ones where like, all right, we'll just take whoever falls to us. They're both pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, the Raiders they've never been competitive, so I just thought I thought they would be at least like a 7-8 win team. But damn, not 2. And it looks like that's where they're going to finish the season at 2. So.
All right, so you think
that's a hot take.
He deserves another year, huh?
He deserves at least he's earned that at least another year. He's got the reputation, he's got the history and the legacy. He needs at least another year to try to get it right. And if he can't by next year, then yeah, go ahead and let him retire. I thought he was done, so I was surprised he even came back because he was like USC teaching or something like that.
I don't know.
He'd probably be a cool teacher, but he seems like those cool teachers.
He'd probably be a cool coach.
He does seem like a cool coach. It's just He's always been kind of likable to me. He always seemed like a cool guy.
Yeah, just like Mike Tomlin, one of those. But, you got to win.
Yeah, you do.
Like, I'd love to play for Pete Carroll. I'd love to play for Mike Tomlin, just as a personality. But doesn't matter if you're not winning, dude. something's got to give. So
Yeah.
Did you have any more?
No, that was my last one.
Clean out. All right. Well, I guess that wraps up the Hot Take Tuesday segment. You didn't have anything else in store? Any what do you most look forward to at Christmas other than giving and receiving?
I guess it's like the family time you spend with. It's like you get everyone together.
Yeah,
it's like one of the
seeing
only
your
times.
family.
Like, yeah.
What about like maybe outside of people related things? Is there any like one little tradition or one thing that you always love about Christmas time, or like a snack or decorations, seeing lights, anything? Gingerbread cookies.
I did. Me and my girl, old lady, did do gingerbread house on Sunday.
Oh wow,
that's actually hard to do.
I've never even attempted it.
And the worst part is you can't even eat it because the cookies are like hard as rocks. So, traditions. I don't know, man. Like Hispanics, like I don't know if it's Mexicans only or other Hispanics do it, but like we usually just stay up till midnight on Christmas Eve. Like Christmas Day is like the recovery day for us.
Do you go to church midnight mass?
No. We stay up till midnight. You know, we have food like tamales, pozole, all that, menudo, and we stay up till midnight, and then we open gifts at midnight. So,
I mean, I've heard of people that do that.
Yeah. As when you're young, when I was younger, I was excited for that because I usually that's one of the only few times I'd get video games on either Christmas or my birthday. So Christmas was like get a new game. But as an adult, like now that I got older, like usually I just had like my dad come over, and now they have football on Christmas. So
I love it. The more football, the better.
Hopefully, it's a better game than last year was the Chiefs Steelers. See, I do. Damn, that's right. So last year was the Chiefs
and
Steelers.
You love a good Chiefs game. Everyone knows that.
That game was terrible because it was a blowout and it was boring. So I didn't really pay attention to it last year. I just remember I had to play it on the TV.
But you were excited because the Chiefs were playing, though.
I was excited just to watch football, man. It didn't matter who was playing. I was like, well, it's Christmas Day, but I think they should not do the Christmas games, honestly. I'd leave that to the NBA. Let them have their prime time slot.
Okay, it looks like they have 3 Christmas games this year, excuse me. Cowboys, Commanders, Lions, Vikings, Broncos, Chiefs. God, that's 3 duds.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say some doozies.
Sucks. Yeah, what the hell?
Maybe the Lions Vikings might be somewhat interesting. I mean, the last time they played was interesting, but yeah. I mean, as far as tradition goes, Christmas food, and no, not really. I now that I'm older and I'm an adult now.
What about Christmas music? Like, you do look forward to that?
No. I worked in my first job was retail and holiday season.
Do you enjoy shopping? Do you enjoy Christmas shopping or anything? Like, do you go anywhere?
You
don't drive around, see lights or anything?
No. I just ask my brother and my sister and my family, what do you want for Christmas? And I just see it's on Amazon. If it ain't
guys,
on Amazon,
you see right now, you sound like a motherfucker. You hate Christmas.
I love. Don't get me wrong. Christmas is my favorite. I love giving my family gifts. That's like my favorite part. And I was like seeing, me be able to give them what they want, and having my Christmas tree up, and then like having all their gifts under my Christmas tree makes me feel like a wholesome human individual. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's cold outside. Thank God. Being in Arizona where it's like hot, pretty much. Right, like today was 80 degrees. Like,
oh my God, it's been brutal outside this weekend. This past weekend,
December 16th, and it's 80 degrees. Like, I feel like that's not normal. Like, what is going on?
Oh my God, dude! I swear it was like 15 degrees here. Swear, man, it was freezing.
Last couple of weeks, it's been like hitting like high 30s in the morning and night, and then I don't know what happened this week. We just high 70s and 80s. Like, it's
crazy.
Really weird. Yeah. So, yeah. What about you?
I have one thing in mind that I always like, at least to do, like, get one thing of, or do one glass of it every year. I like eggnog. I always look forward to a little bit of eggnog. Yeah, some people hate it. It's too sweet, too thick.
Is it like real egg? Like, is it like what you do? When you make a scrambled egg, you just like mix it.
I don't know how the fuck you make it. I guess they nog the egg. I don't know.
I've never had it. I was like, ugh,
I don't know. I don't really know how they make it, bro. It's thick. It's like syrupy almost. So it's a real thick drink.
got
But
liquor in it?
I
Oh, don't.
you can do liquor. They would put a little bourbon in it or something. Some people spice theirs up, but you could buy it, just regular, and it's still good. I like it. Problem is, I can't drink too much of it. Kind of give me a stomach ache. It's so thick and sweet. But
I might try this.
yeah, you should just pick up a little gallon.
Yeah,
They have
I
little
always
ones.
see them. Yeah, I see them at the store. With
Yeah,
the
holiday nog, eggnog, whatever they brand it as, pretty much all the same shit, unless it has
I'll
alcohol
try
in
it.
it. So,
I'll try it this week. Let you know my
yeah,
review.
yeah. Usually, it's like one of those things, though. Kinda, I feel like if you start in on it young and you have it as a kid, you become nostalgic for it. A lot of adults that try it for the first time, they're like, "Oh fuck, this is sweet and thick. What the shit?" But yeah, see what you think, man. You try some.
The name just turned me on. I never tried like eggnog. Like I'm
Yeah, it
thinking,
sounds weird, don't it?
like egg. Like yeah, I thought it was like someone like whisk up an egg and put milk in it and you just drink it like that.
Drink it like fucking Rocky.
Yeah, so I'm like, ugh, why would you
Throw
want
it-
to like drink
yeah.
on against your own like with your free will to just want to
Just
drink
crack
eggs?
an egg and throw some nutmeg on it and
Yeah,
drink that
like,
shit.
It never sounded appealing. Like I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And so I'll probably try it out. When I go to the store next time, just pick up a little
Yeah,
bottle.
one of those little bottles, little gallons. Yeah, something to
so
consider.
with-
I enjoy it. It's so nostalgic for me. It's what's one thing I look forward to. I'll have to ask the wife to get some next time she goes out. We haven't done it this year. I usually do, but there's a couple of other traditions. Seeing lights and stuff is pretty fun. My neighborhood, they always go crazy for Halloween and Christmas and shit, holidays like that. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, my neighbors do that too, but I'm not gonna go. Maybe if I had like a kid or something, I was like, hey, you want to go see the lights? Because I ain't putting up no lights, but we could admire other people's light work because that's a lot on your electric bill. But
I we don't do too many lights either. First of all, I'm lazy. Second of all, like that's a lot of work, bro. Just for other people to enjoy.
nailing on the
Like
roof, nailing all the lights on your roof, and then having to come and take them down. Like this, like it. I barely put up my tree like right at probably like the weekend of Thanksgiving, like that Sunday. So like basically like November 31st, and I'm gonna try to leave it up at least until like maybe the end of January.
End of January? Really? I usually as for
1st of January
after
for
New
you?
Year's, yeah.
Yeah. All right, maybe sometime in January. Whenever I just don't feel lazy to like
Yeah.
get the box on.
The meta is to have like a tree on wheels and then kind of cart it out from a closet and have it all set up and ready to go.
That'd be ideal. That would be nice.
Yeah, but you lose the process of like putting the ornaments on. I think that's important when you have like a kid like I do.
Yeah, because I remember you could get custom ornaments, you get cool ornaments, and I used to do that with my grandma when I was little. She had like all the classical cartoon ornaments on them, like Frosty the Snowman, the Coca-Cola guy, Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Very nostalgic.
Dude, it's crazy. Like my kid's 3, and he's pretty like a new 3-year-old. He turned 3 in October, so he's pretty young 3-year-old, and it's like. I don't know if he remembers it from last year, because last year Christmas he would have been a pretty young 2-year-old, and he wasn't talking or nothing too crazy at that point or anything. And we set up our Christmas tree and we didn't have a star, and we set it up and we put the ornaments on. He goes, "Where star?" Like, how do you know, bro? And when we put up the Christmas tree, before we even put any ornaments on, he started putting his little toy trains in the branches. Like, bro, how do you know stuff? Like,
you might have yourself like a boy genius right there on your hands.
I don't know if a boy genius. He's a sharp kid, but it's like he remembers things that, like, how do you remember something from when you were 2, dude? I don't remember nothing from when I was 2.
I sure don't either. What is it? I think they say by the age of 3, when you start getting like memories.
Yeah. So how does he know?
I might be able to recall something I did when I was 3. I think I can. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's like something like very important in my life. Like I could probably recall like when I broke my leg when I was like 4. I think I was like 4. I had to watch Space Jam, and I jumped off the couch. I remember that very vividly because I broke my leg, and I remember I thought I was gonna get my leg amputated and stuff like that. But like maybe I don't know. Maybe like Christmas just stuck with them. I don't know.
Yeah.
but there's some vivid memories.
Maybe. I don't know. He just seems to remember things. It's like, how, and there'll just be little things. It's like, how do you even know? How did you know that?
Hey man, he might be a genius. You
Yeah.
never know.
I don't know, but you know.
Give him a coding book. Get you out the struggle bus. Get him a coding book.
Learn how to. Actually, AI is going to kill that.
Get us GTA 6 as soon as possible.
Yeah. True. He's going to grow up like, guys, I got you. Finally, I got you.
More delays. Yeah.
Could you believe my kid hit 30 before we got GTA 6?
That would suck so bad, man. He
wasn't even born when they announced it.
I was like, this might be my last GTA, the way it seems to be going. But
right. Yeah, I'll probably be long dead before we get to 7. Damn. Yeah. I mean, if they throw another project in the mix, whatever, Red Dead or something else, like, geez, you're right. It could be like 25 years.
Or another one. Damn.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to – I hate that Christmas is almost here in a way because that means the year is almost over and Christmas is over. So I like to build up to Christmas, getting excited.
Yeah. But then once it's over, it's like, well, there goes Christmas.
Yep, there goes Christmas, and then before you know it, there goes the end of the year, and then like
it's all over.
Damn, it's New Year, same bullshit, kind of.
As happens you get older, all so fast.
Yeah, as you get older, it's like, damn, I'm getting closer and closer to that old age where hopefully I'll be able to still game. I don't get arthritis in my hand or something crazy. Or
I'm gonna be gaming until I'm in a home, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I already feel like physical decline, like as far as like. Because I used to always be outside, like when I was a kid, playing whatever sports, soccer, football, basketball, whatever I could get my hands on sports, I would just do it. I just love being active. And
so did I. When I was really young, so did I.
Yeah, and as I get older, like going to the gym now, like my shoulder be hurting me and my knees be hurting. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I'm 32. I'm kind of pushing my athletic prime's kind of starting to slip out the window. Like maybe – I got like a couple more years before I just started slowly. Because I already feel slower than I was in my 20s and my teens.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude. Man, my endurance is so low, bro. I'd run out of breath so fast.
I try to keep my endurance back up, especially, when I used to play soccer a lot. Like when I was on a soccer team, man, I was probably like such peak shape. I could run 2 miles like nothing. Like 45 minutes running back and forth a soccer game. Like it was nothing to me. And now it's like I do a 15-minute run and I'll like slowly start like feeling it, and I feel a lot heavier and slower too. Like I just feel like my in and out cuts aren't like what they used to be, and I was like,
you ain't got the wiggles you used to.
Yeah, man. I was like, damn, man. I was like, well, then I'm like, well, LeBron James won the NBA Finals.
How old are you again? How old are you?
32.
32. Oh yeah, 35, man. Now I'm getting to the age where it's like. I can't even sit on the toilet and take a shit without my legs falling asleep.
I actually looked into like what's considered middle age. Cause I got kind of like, am I considered middle age now? And then
it was 40, right?
40, yeah, it's 40 to 49. So I was like, oh, okay, I got like 8 more years. I'm still considered a young adult, quote unquote, until I hit 40. Then I'm middle aged, and then once you hit 50, you're like,
hey, fuck it, man. 30s are the new 20s.
Yeah,
40s are the new 30s. No one's really grown up at 20 anymore.
Yeah, I was like, man, I would hate to hit my 40s and need that blue chew or whatever, man. I'm like, damn, man, can't have that happen. That's what scares me the most about getting old, just like not being able to function normally.
Yeah.
Okay, need a fucking crane or a cane or just walk, stuff like that. But
I actually get more nervous about losing control of my mind than my body. Because if my mind goes, I won't be able to like enjoy shit the way I used to. I'll just rot. I'll become a vegetable.
Yeah, that
potentially. My body, like, if I lose some control of that, like, not total. I don't want to be like an amputee or whatever, but in a wheelchair. But if I lose a little bit of control of my body, I can live with that. I like still play games and shit.
Yeah,
as long as I have my mind,
Yeah, I would hate. I mean, who knows what'll happen when we get to that age. That's what I was saying about Pete Carroll. He's still cognitive.
He's in great shape. Yeah,
he's still somewhat cognitive. I don't know what he's doing with the 24 year
Well,
old,
yeah.
but
Now you can question that a little bit, given his
he's
choice.
dating a 20. Yeah, Dan, you better let
I
him
mean,
run the
God,
damn.
like, would you? Who would be the one of the least guys you'd think would ever become a simp? You'd think it'd be Bill Belichick, right?
You wouldn't think it'd be Bill Belichick. I'm so like every time I hear stories about what's happening in North Carolina and how he's letting that girl like basically run his life, and like his own kids like don't even want to acknowledge him now.
But he used to crack the whip on the football players. He'd throw Brady under the bus, in front of everybody, and now he can't even get control of his own girlfriend at 24 years old.
Hey,
bro,
man, the most powerful thing
what
in
happened?
the world. The most powerful thing in the world is,
I mean, goddamn though, like you
the
hold the power in the relationship. This bitch ain't nobody. You're the somebody.
He don't. He giving her access to the emails. She gets CC'd in all the emails. This
That's
and that.
yeah. What a cuck, dude. What a fucking cuck. Simp.
It's almost disappointing. Like, damn, Bill, I thought you was like a tough guy. Like,
I thought you was an alpha, dude.
Yeah, like you pulled this 24-year-old, and I thought you had the game, and it turns out she has the game on you. And I'm like, damn, Bill,
that's disappointing. Yeah, that's just a disappointment, bro.
It
Especially now in the internet age when everyone's all too aware of like simpish behavior and shit. Like they can call it as they see it. Like you display that shit, people are gonna. That's it. That's some simp behavior, dude. Like there ain't no reason for that.
Now I could understand it from the athlete, like a young athlete standpoint, who, I'm sure you've seen a lot of stories where they hit up an Instagram model and they maybe get a break, tries to blackmail him or something like that. But like a guy who's experienced in life in the 70s, probably, he has kids, probably old. I think he has kids older than her, and you would think he knows how the game goes and not to be played like a sucker. And he's getting played like a sucker in front of everybody. That's the worst part. Like everybody's seeing how he's getting played, and you almost feel like bad for him in a way. Like maybe he's not all there, and maybe he's just like
he's there. He just like feels like he probably couldn't get pussy like that anywhere else. No one else would be fucking his wrinkled up ass. Yeah.
This is my last rodeo.
So he's like, man, this might be the only girl that willing to. I mean, I know I'm rich, I'm famous, and I'm powerful within my sphere of influence, but this might still be, regardless of those things, this still might be the only young hot bitch willing to fuck me.
That's the crazy part. She's not that hot.
She's real, but okay, but like she's young.
For him, yeah. For him, he just 24, busting in wide open from. He's like, well, this is it. I don't got that much time left on earth. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna treat.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep this bitch around. Yeah, to keep fucking this.
Superbowl. I done my thing in the NFL. I'm just gonna half-ass
rest on my laurels and fuck a 24-year-old.
A 24-year-old and kind of coach North Carolina, let them do whatever the fuck they kind of want. Honestly, I'm just here for the money and ride off into the sunset again. I don't know. He's kind of fucking up his legacy a little bit.
He is, like, to be cucked like that is so lame.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've been kind of rambling on. This podcast now over 3 hours. Just hit the 3-hour mark, so I think we're gonna wrap it up. It was a great show. Loved hanging out with you guys. If you made it this far, of course, as always, leave a comment, leave a like. We want some interaction. So happy with the performance of the last episode. Real happy with the performance of the clips we've been putting out. Might alter our strategy a little bit in terms of how we deliver the show a little bit moving forward. We'll see. I'm kind of having some ideas. I don't know if I'll implement them this week or not, but we're still experimenting. We're still learning. I hope you like the new presentation, new background. Hopefully it gives you something a little bit more easy on the eyes to look at. And you got our little helmet logos down there so you know who's, our favorite team, even if they're not wearing a hoodie or a hat every day to represent them. So, we're always looking for ways to improve and continue to work and try and deliver a good show. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Peace.